team off to a good start. Peter Trigo was excellent. For anybody who doesn't know Peter Trigo, he's from England, played a lot for Middlesex and then moved to Somerset. Very fine sportsman in a way, tried his hand at professional football, and he's now, well, he calls himself a pro golfer as well. Good to see Samit Patel as well, who is in the side for the first time. Kirk Edwards, a fine batter rider at the top. And they'll need a little bit more from their bowlers if they're going to go on and win this game. It's all right at getting runs on the board, but we've seen chasing teams really get off to good start. So I would look at one man there, fit out Edwards, set the tone with that new ball, and see if you can take a couple of wickets early on.
I agree. They bat deep. Somebody like Piyush Chawla come in at number 10. But no matter how deep you work, if your bowlers don't do the job, the best T20 teams in the world ever have had a really good bowling attack, because they are the ones who win you games. Batters sometimes will win you games, but it's the bowlers who will win you championships. Wow. Stuart Broad, 167 test matches. What's that? 167 into 5 is the amount of days that he's just spent playing test cricket.
Absolutely. And he looked in good form. He was worried about, you know, the rhythm. He's not played for a couple of seasons, but he actually did okay. He got a big wicket. The Shane Watson, the Australian, got him out. And it'd be interesting to see. He said he feels a little bit sore this morning. Of course he will do. And you know, I think they're a decent team with Ross Taylor, Colin de Grandhomme as well. I think that they're a packed middle order. And I did ask Tissera Pereira at the toss whether they'd look to maybe elevate Ross Taylor up. And I think it looks like they will. Push Bakamara comes in. And the West Indian Red Emrit comes in as well with his ability with the ball. Stuart Broad will lead the attack. I think these are a good side that lost their opening game, but I think if they can get that batting order right, they'll chase anything.
And right at the end, Dominic, Chirag Gandhi and Amito Singh are frontline batters. So you can take a little bit of risk, something that you didn't quite do in the first game. And you were very circumspect. You can't play this version circumspect, especially in the top 6. In the first 6, power play is called power play for a reason. You don't mind losing a couple, but get ahead, get to 70, get to 80. And then the latter half of the game becomes better. Yeah, I reckon Shikhar Dhawan, Wasim Jaffer, the former Indian opener at the back, looking very relaxed. It's a good team atmosphere. That's very important. And like you rightly said, I just get the feeling, Dominic, that it's Legends cricket after all, so just want to field in slightly better weather.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've all been in teams, haven't we, where you just want to just get back into the feeling of and why you played and why you loved it so much. And that feeling there, it never leaves you. Even though the mind says you're good enough, the body sometimes let you down. And that's the feeling that you never forget, that camaraderie in that unit there. And then seeing some of these legends come out, it's great for all Indian fans all around the country to see someone that they've idolised for such a long time with his pads on, wherever he's played, whether it's been in franchise cricket for his national team. We've seen it throughout, and we'll keep seeing it throughout, all the way up to when's the final? I think it's Wednesday, February the 4th. And all this will come to a head, and we'll find out who is the inaugural champion.
Yeah, everything to play for. They have a lot of pride that's in stake. Although they're well past their prime, but some of them look in excellent shape. Shikhar Dhawan is a gym boy. He'll be in the gym 360 days a year. Stuart Broad has just left the game. This man can smack a punch, as we saw. Just born with power and timing. What a player over the years. I mean, just to have all these players under one roof in the ground in Goa is such a novelty for everybody, even for us. Can't remember any game where there's so many stars that are in view. Just brilliant. And I'll tell you what, you can call it legends, but they have a lot of pride. They would have netted. Stuart Broad would have bowled a little in the net somewhere. Back home, he's just not going to get off the plane and come and bowl over here. He has a reputation to protect.
Well, what he did do, he just bowled indoors a little bit with a tennis ball. That's all he's really done, and done a bit of fitness. I don't think you ever lose and forget how to bowl. Your action is, it's been, well, you were given it when you first started, and then you start to groove it. And you said about Jimmy Anderson, about repeatable actions yesterday, and that's what Stuart Broad has had. So it'd be interesting to see how he goes today. Looks like he's not going to take the new ball straight away. He's getting loose anyway. I can see him getting loose. But here's the man who's been brought in for today's game, the West Indian Rayad Emrit. Good bowler. Pushes it back in or away from left-handers.
A 7.59 economy in T20 parlance is very good numbers for somebody who bowls the hard overs right in the beginning, in the power play, right at the end when the heat is on. Looks a good wicket. Anytime you scratch that popping crease with your spikes and there isn't too much dust and grovel coming, means in spite of the 5th match on the trot on the same pitch, it's held up well. This man, if he sticks around, we're all in for a treat. Two boundary riders, backward point and a square leg. Usual field with a third and fine leg in the circle, looking to tuck him up. The countdown has started. Day 3 it is of the World Legends Pro T20 League. Let's play it is. The Royals versus the Thunders, ball 1. Little bit of a warm-up delivery. Wide it is.
Yeah, it looked a bit gingerly as he ran in there. Shikhar's not happy with something behind, whether it's a side screen or somebody is moving around. But what I've been impressed with is up to now, I know that we haven't had, and we hope we don't have too many injuries. I've been impressed with the fitness levels of players. I think they've really put their work in.
Superb through the covers. APL Apollo boundary. Just taken in one ball, saw the wide, and this one, beautiful hands through the ball.
That's why we love to see these legends. The image you have, that is it. Shikhar Dhawan at his best. On top of the bounce, timing, his hands, outfield is lightning here. And a happy coach.
It wasn't a bad ball really, maybe a little bit outside off stump, but you should be given that. But that's how good these guys are. Everybody on the circle, giving the respect to Shikhar Dhawan in the power play. This time, ball into his field.
Yeah, I think that's early on. I reckon that's a decent field position to have them square for Shikhar, because he wants to cut, he wants to pull early on or clip you through the leg side. So it just gives you a little bit of cover. Remember, in the first 6 overs, you're only allowed 2 fielders out of the inner circle. And looks like he's going to stick to a similar field to the right-handed Kirk Edwards as well. He's got a deep square leg and a deep point, or quite a wide third.
Beautiful. Sometimes you get a lot of confidence with the ball just hitting the middle of the bat and it going where you meant it to go.
Yeah, that didn't happen to me much in my career, so I don't know what you're on about. I just tried to see ball, hit ball.
I always wondered what that M middle name of yours was. It's obviously Modest.
No, it's not.
Beautiful. Excellent piece of fielding. You can call it legends, but this is the standard. And a little bit lazy by square leg. I know the moment he stops the ball in pro cricket, square leg is meant to come up onto the circle to prevent the overthrow. He saved 3 runs, but with this throw, he's now made it saving 2 runs.
Yeah, good from Colin de Grandhomme to get down and stop it.
Nicely. Long chase for square leg. 2 runs it is. Just beautiful little thump with the bottom man right at the end.
Yeah, I don't mind this field. What he can't do is get too straight, because you can see the gap between mid-on and then that deep square leg. And hence Kirk Edwards is happy just to sit in his crease. He'll know everything about Rayed Emirate. He'll know he's played against him, played with him. He's got to make sure his line is just off stump.
Nice, exactly what Tom was talking about. First gone, the Royals are off and running, 10 for none. Two powerhouse teams. Look at the big names over there. Shikhar Dhawan, Ambati Rayudu, Yusuf Pathan, Piyush Chawla, multiple World Cup winner, multiple IPL winner, Piyush Chawla. There was a little saying in the cricketing circle, you have Piyush Chawla, you're getting yourself a trophy. 2007 World Cup winner, 2011 World Cup winner with India. World Cup winner with England, Stuart Broad at the top. Dominic very quickly reminded me that line as all his. Oh, is there a nick? Yeah, huge one. Shikhar Dhawan has been lapped up by Stuart Broad. Roll back the clock.
Just like yesterday, get the big match player out. Shane Watson yesterday, Shikhar today. Stuart Broad might be a little bit sore from yesterday, but once again, brilliant from Broad. Straight away that length, a little bit of luck and inside edge. Easy catch for Phil Mustard behind the stumps. A little check with the umpire just to make sure. Shikhar done for 5. The Royals 10 for 1.
.60 of 35 is what Peter Traeger got the last time he walked in with a cricket bat in hand. Man in form. Plus for handicap in golf. Wow. That is mighty impressive. 3 times in test matches, Stuart Broad has gobbled up Shikhar Dhawan. First time in white ball cricket. Little inside edge. Just making it to Phil Mustard.
And he wasn't going to walk. Shikhar, he didn't want to walk, did he?
He's what, about 20% off his best? 30% maybe?
Well, look, he's a tall man, so he's always going to get that sort of bounce, whatever the surface, and you're always going to look as a batter to just try and play him from the crease line. And on these sort of wickets that may just have a little bit of indifferent bounce at times, it's perfect for him. He'll try and slam it into the surface, just back of a length, trying to hit the top of the bails, and if anything just keeps low, he's got a chance.
What was he at his quickest?
Yeah, about 145 kilometers per hour. I'd go in the old money. I go miles per hour. I'd say he'd be mid-80s, 85 up to probably maybe. He'd probably tell you 90 miles an hour, Brody. Of course he would, but I'd say he'd be up there. He'd got a bit of pace when he got that rhythm. Fantastic bowler. Him and Jimmy Anderson, 2 of England's best ever of all time.
And also for me, when we talk about speed, sometimes I've played some bowlers who bowl one ball at 90 and then go down to 82. But it's the spell.
Yep. There was one guy called Courtney Walsh who played for the West Indies who could just sit in and sit in, still bowling 85 miles an hour, and then when he got a wicket, he'd just crank it up. Him and Curtly Ambrose. Wow, what a combination. And that's what good bowlers do, or did. They're able to just sit in for a while, long spells, used to bowling in the longer form of the game, and then be able to turn it on.
You spoke about Jimmy Anderson a little earlier. I read his book, Bowl, Sleep, Repeat. And any young cricketer, just read the book. It's an absolute must. How simple he keeps it, and just the bare minimum, the hard miles.
Yeah, I first met Jimmy Anderson when he was a 17-year-old at Lancashire. He couldn't bowl an outswinger. Everything went in, and he taught himself, with Mike Watkinson, who helped him as well, taught himself how to swing the ball away.
Not an easy shot. Oh, look at that for an effort. Whoa, call it legends if you want. That's the fielding standard. 2 gone, 12 for 1. Yeah, huge batting to come. Samit Patel coming in, proper all-rounder. Raidu, we all know what we can do with the bat. Bisla, player of the match in the 2012 IPL final. KKR beating CSK at their own backyard. Yusuf Pathan, one of the heroes of that tourney. Oh, swatted. Don't bowl me this, bowl me something better.
Very good from Kirk Edwards. An APL Apollo maximum, the first one today. It's beautiful, straight off a length. Take that, teammates, I don't care. Excellent, look how he's come out of his crease as well. I think it's that sort of surface, bat out of your crease.
Yeah, that one drifting onto the pads, trying to tuck him up. And a beautiful leg glance here from Edwards. And the best part about it was also the fact that he avoided Stuart Broad. Just got enough bat to keep it left off him.
Yeah, you just can't get too straight. Can't get too straight. APL Apollo boundary. How many of them have we had in this innings so far? We've had 1-4 and 1-6. Grateful to our sponsors, especially APL Apollo, who have been a major part of why this tournament has taken place.
Six, 4 and dot. They know each other well, Emrit and Edwards. Oh, that's gone through covers as well. This is as good a cricket shot as you will see. It's not all about bludgeoning. Beautiful.
Well, we saw yesterday, didn't we? Christopher Henry Gale with that drive down the ground was just a normal cricket shot. When I say that, you'd see it in any form of the game, whether it's T10, T20, 100, whatever it is, test match cricket, 50 over cricket. Proper shots, you get the rewards. Another APL Apollo boundary.
The first one swatted, man high, then a little bit of a tickle. Then gorgeous looking punch. Stand and deliver. Ball into the field with the long on back. 15 from this one, 3 gone, 27 for 1. In spite of losing a wicket going at 9 after 3 overs, that's what you want in the power play. You don't mind losing 1 or 2, provided you've got 70, 75. You know, you got to have something in the kitty.
And if you remember yesterday, Joydeep, they didn't get off to a good start. Surin Thakur then will bowl the 4th over. I think he bowled early on yesterday, and they got dealt with a little bit early on. So I'm glad to think that they've glad they've made that decision to go with 2 seamers straight away, and I think it's worked at the moment. So literally they've got to think what's the best options.
Well, the 2nd over in the last game, 5-6-5 on his back. What could it be? Can't be May 65. That would make him older than me. He wouldn't be here. Wonder what 5-6-5 is. We know what Chris Gale's 3-3-3 is. It's his highest score in Test cricket.
Amazing how many players just want to stick to a certain number.
What was yours, Cookie?
Whatever I was given. Didn't bother me.
T20 cricket is a strange one. Fast bowlers run in all the way and bowl slower ones, and spinners run in a little bit and bowl the quicker ones.
Absolutely. I don't mind this though with spinners, especially on this surface. You did the pitch report, and I think if you're attacking the stumps, you're bowling flatter, quicker, stopping the batter getting underneath. I think that's more difficult to play. And of course, batters will have a little bit of luck. That's part and parcel of any game.
The bounce or the lack of it.
That's exactly why this surface maybe just at times will sit down. Watch this, does it bounce? No, it sits down. Good from Phil Mustard.
Whoa, through the gate. That is a massive wicket. I reckon that was about, what, 70 miles per hour?
It's not really just the speed though. Watch the bounce. Yes, it's quicker. Trigo goes back. He's just trying to play it, but watch the bounce here. There's a lack of bounce. Just sits down, and hence why I think spin bowlers have got to attack the stumps, bowl it into the surface, a little bit of pace, and you'll get the reward. So the man with half century yesterday, Trigo, gone for 1. 28 for 2.
What an over. Just the 1 run and the huge wicket of the 30 ball 60 score up into Trego. Yambati Raido. He would have grown up on pitches like this where it keeps slow and skids to. Also, if you attack the stumps all the time, run scoring becomes difficult because you can't play cross-batted shots because there's no bounce. Everything's hitting the stumps. Open stance over there. Yeah, a little bit slower, a little bit of turn as well. Yeah, this pitch is beginning to show its wear and tear, Dominic.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what spinners need to do. Just vary their pace on a little bit quicker. As Monty said in the pre-show. Be brave, take a little bit of pace off, see if you can spin it.
What's happening there?
Well, it's a direct hit. And let's see whether the umpire just wants to check whether it is the possibility of a run out. No, he's fine. Absolutely fine. End of the fourth. I think that should be fine. Decision pending. I can tell you what the decision is. It will be not out. 29 for 2.
Stuart Broad to start his second over. He struck in the first, and it was the big one, Shikhar Dhawan. Well, he's had 2 big scalps so far already in the tournament. Stuart Broad, it's almost like he never retired, isn't it, Monty?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been really good. You know, you can see the difference straight away when he's turned up and he's bowling. He finds that length, and that's always been his strength. Any pitch, any conditions, he's able to find that right length on the pitch, and he's certainly done that today. Did it in the last game.
Yeah, and he's right on the money, isn't he? He just comes from that good height, just keeping Rayudu honest. But sending Dhawan on the way, just going through to Phil Mustard behind the stumps. So the Englishmen combine to get rid of one of the big names in the tournament. Well, plenty of big names in the tournament, really.
Gabbar is one of the biggest names there, and he's got a huge following in India. He has massive presence on social media. He loves his reels that he does. He's a talented actor, dancer, batsman, captain. He has it all.
Actor, dancer, captain. Elaborate. Actor, dancer. You sure you're not talking about yourself, Monty?
Well, I watch his reels and they make me laugh, and I think, how does he do it so well? So, never know. He should be maybe an actor one day in Punjabi movies. They're big industry now. Maybe in Bollywood. I think he could play like a victim role, or a, you know, one of them sort of kind of like good roles that they are.
Big swing. You can almost hear the swish of the bat. He's tried to launch that out of Goa.
Yeah, and that's the length we earlier talked about. You know, Brody tends to find it really well, and that's the English combination, yeah. Gabbar probably was a little bit surprised by that. Should have maybe given himself a chance. Just played a few balls, get used to the pace of Stuart Broad. But yeah, his reels are unbelievable. You should watch them. I love them. Gives me great entertainment.
Talking of great entertainment, he's right on the money, isn't he, Stuart Broad? I was talking to him before the tournament started, and as they were saying, the boys earlier, he hasn't bowled that much since he retired. He'd had, you know, been bowling indoors, hadn't done too much outside, but he's been around cricket a lot. And it's the kind of thing, when you're that talented and you've got that many wickets under your belt, you don't really lose it. It's just sort of maybe the fitness aspect and just a little bit of rhythm, perhaps.
Yeah, kind of the mobility, you know, how quickly you recover. But when he comes out and he's bowling like this, able to just, you know, that's a little bit wide there, but generally speaking in this over his lengths have been far superior compared to the other seamers, and that's one of the reasons, you know, why he's one of the greats, you know, of Test cricket. And whenever I played with him, I was always at mid-on, and he just had the knack in the first couple of overs, just find the right length. You know, sometimes you have a couple bowlers, especially during the Ashes, it took them 2 or 3 overs to get into their spells, and by that time Australia were flying.
Well, he's got a hold of that, picked it early, and it goes all the way, does it? Just waiting for the confirmation from the umpire, no. So it's an APL Apollo boundary. It's not a maximum, but he really looked like he got a hold of that one.
Yeah, Brody being a high-arm bowler, you're going to get that extra bounce, and it's a cross-seamer. And Rayudu got underneath that comfortably. And it's because of that extra bounce, he's able to get underneath it and get really good elevation on it as well.
Yeah, it keeps him honest. So a mixed bag of an over, just the 7 runs. Oh, they've snuck through. In the end, 8 runs coming from it. 5 gone, Royals 37 for 2. So 5 gone, 1 more over of the power play to come with the fielding restrictions in. Royals 37 for 2. The 2 wickets to go, that of Shikhar Dhawan and Peter Trigo, coming off the back of a half century in their first game, but today just the single run to his name. So nothing more those two can do with the bat. Rayudu and Edwards just starting to build a partnership here. 9 from the 9 that they've faced together, but Edwards 20 from 17, and it's Saurin back into the attack. Picked up the wicket of Peter Trigo, a very economical over for the spinner. Kept a little low again. Monty, you said there could be something for the spinners. Be brave. It's exactly what he's done.
Yeah, he has done that. He's bowling it slower. There's that variation in bounce. And also, you know, the variation of facing someone like Stuart Broad, which you're going to get extra bounce. And then when you bowl it slower like this, it kind of skids on. You can see that as a batsman, got to be very skillful to adjust. Oh, this is a lovely shot, inside out, exceptional timing.
That is absolutely beautiful. As you say, inside out, one of the hardest shots to play, gives himself room. APL Apollo boundary, 104 of them now already in the tournament. We're only into match number 4. Great elevation. Fielders, for a moment, might have thought he would be in the game, and in the end, watches it soar over his head. And Rayudu moves into double figures. He's on to 11 from 9, and the first time they've really tried to take on Saurin.
Good option, isn't it? Especially on the offside when there's no man in the deep.
Little fuller again this time. And that's what you talk about, being brave. He's really attacking at his feet, giving it that little bit of extra flight and trying to tempt him.
Yeah, absolutely there, Georgie. I think what he's done, he's changed the line, he's changed the length, and he's trying to be sort of, you know, unpredictable, really. And especially during the power play, you want to do that. You don't want to be bowling 2 deliveries the same. And here he kind of obviously bowled a bit more fuller into his pads. Then again, the same option, but Kirk Edwards equal to the task, and that goes, races like a rocket to the boundary.
Yeah, it's another APL Apollo boundary. He saw it so early, didn't he? Just drifting a little down that leg side, gets it on the full, and just worked around the corner. Good pace in the end. Fielder never really even saw it coming. All along the carpet, safe as houses, just bisects the gap between the 2 fielders. Time, can't get it past Stuart Broad.
And I suppose that's a good thing he's doing. Every time he's being hit for a boundary, he changes his line and length. And it's good thinking. He's a thinking cricketer. He's a brave cricketer. He's willing to take wickets during the power play.
Well bowled. Finishes the power play, finishes the over with the dot. It just looks like he might be holding his back a little, but it's 6 overs gone. Royals 46 for 2. So 46 for 2, the score in the power play for the Dubai Royals. The 2 wickets to fall, Shikhar Dhawan, the first one to go, and Peter Trigo, one of their heroes of the first game. They couldn't get over the line in that first game, the Dubai Royals, but he did make a half century in that first game, missed out today. So they've been kept pretty quiet, actually, the Royals. Thunders will be pleased with this. Lots of fluid being taken on board. Monty, you were out there doing the pre-show, and even that was hot enough.
Yeah, it was really hot as well, and I can see the heat out there, and can see one of the reasons why Shikhar Dhawan looked to bat first, and reason being is the heat. And obviously the captain from the Thunderers is here as well, and he's got what a record, fantastic record he has in T20 cricket, and it's probably that his moment for him to now find a way of getting more wickets.
So won the toss, decided to have a bat first and just started to get going, had a swing at this one, a faint tickle on the outside edge through to Phil Mustard. Stuart Broad picking up the first, absolute peach of that from Saurin to get rid of Trigo, who's looked in good form. Up and over we go. And that will be another APL Apollo boundary, and it brings up the 50 for the Royals.
Yeah, Ambati Raider, he is absolutely loving the bounce. He loves that extra pace on the ball, and he's enjoying the high on bowlers. He's getting underneath the bounce really well, and look at the strike here. That is superb timing.
Time finds the edge. It's slightly sketchy runs. You wouldn't say he was quite aiming there, but it's back-to-back APL Apollo boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. And if it's any width, you just got to swing really hard. And often we say, fortune's favours the brave. You got to just swing hard with any width. That was obviously a slower ball, back of the hand, and all you had to do was just swing hard, nothing else. And it's 4 more for Ambati Raidu.
How does the captain respond here? Brought himself on as the change. He's been hit to 2 boundaries already. Targeting the stumps this time. Well dug out.
Yeah, the form that Ambati Raidu's in, actually, you just want to get him off strike. With a striker at 161 at the moment, he's in fine form. He's enjoying the pace on the ball. And, yeah, he's loving the heat. And obviously, he's picked up the pace very quickly, how to bat on this pitch.
Lower this time from Tissara. Waits on it. There's Edwards.
Yeah, we've often seen, especially the fast bowlers, they tend to resort to their variation very quickly. And I think it is a smart option, because with that sort of bounce that it has, it's very flat at the moment.
Again, angling at those stumps. Rotation of strike. So it's a good comeback this from Tissara Pereira. Hit for back-to-back APL Apollo boundaries to start the over. And now just dealing in singles.
Yeah, there's variation line and length from the seam bowlers, and he will have to use all his experience in T20 cricket now. He's got to figure out a way how to stop these batters. Partnership is going really nicely now, 29 of 20 deliveries.
It'll be a single to close out the over. So 12 runs coming from it. 7 gone, 58 for 2. An oasis in the middle of Goa. I mean, it's a beautiful part of the world to come to. I've not been before, have you, Monty? But then we just get to come to a ground like this, in a setting like this. It's just magic.
It is magic indeed. That's a beautiful view here. Goa is a lovely, lovely part of India, and I've never been here.
Spin again. So Pushpa Kumara comes in to replace Saurin, who had a very tidy first over and then got a little bit of tap in his second.
Yeah, Pushpa Kumara, what he's looking to do is trying to not give any room, and he's overcompensating here.
Really had to wait for that. He got down so early, did Edwards, and it was almost through the shot before it got to him.
Yeah, what Pushpa Kumar is trying to do is bowl it slower, saying, if you want to hit me, you put pace on the ball. I'm not going to give you any pace.
This time does give a little more pace. This partnership really starting to build nicely. 31 from 24. After losing 2 early wickets, they came together at 28 for 2 when Peter Trigo was sent on his way for just 1.
Yeah, Pushpa Kumar is doing really well. Started really well in these 3 deliveries. And the 4th one even good as well. And this is smart bowling. What he's doing, he's bowling it slower but full. And when you do that, it makes it so difficult to get underneath it to hit it for 6. Then the batsman, all the batsman can do is knock it down the ground for 1.
Again, just finding that fuller length again, just clipped away. Not tempted at all by a second.
Yeah, brilliant bowling from Pushpa Kumara. And this is exactly what they needed right now, the Thunderers.
A little bit of a misfield off his own bowling. They'll steal a single, but a tidy over from Pushpa Kumara. Just the 4 runs coming from it. 8 gone. Royals 62 for 2.
$62 for 2 in 8. Riders found form, and Gurugram Thunders, if they carry on like this, will reach 155, which is very subdued given the conditions. They would want anything over 200, which they have the capacity of as well, with a batting order that is very, very deep. Went hard at it, Raidu. Emirates not giving pace whatsoever. Now 5 bowlers used so far. Emirates gone for runs thus far. Can he find his first wicket? Rod's having a dream start today. And Soren sensational in the power play, especially. For his craft, he had to be even tighter, which he had done the homework for. Thisara and Pushpa Kumara. Talking about Sri Lankans, very warm welcome for Viz.
Hello Suhas, hello everyone. Yeah, steady start so far for the Royals, 63 for 2 after losing their skipper. First ball of Stuart Broad caught behind. Most important question, what sort of a score is a pass score in this bit? I think close to 160 on a used surface. Yusuf Pathan yet to come. If he gets going, even 160 is quite achievable. But at the moment, I think Thunders would be quite happy with the proceedings.
Once again trying to make room. Edwards. Emirates succeeded every time he's followed the batter.
Both Raidu and Edwards, last couple of deliveries coming down the track, yorking themselves. Probably better off having a good base, and if they want to go big, swing through the line.
For the 4th delivery, the ball has not met the middle of the bat. Emirates has great joy in admitting the fact that he has found form indeed. He's found rhythm indeed. The comeback that he was waiting for.
Riyad Emirates expensive. You expect him to bowl well in the middle over, since he bowls a very good leg cutter. It's down the leg side, and Colonel misses it. Will that go for a boundary? And certainly does. Going for a Yorker. I thought Phil Mustard did well to get a glove to it. just not good enough to stop it from going to the boundary.
Perhaps trying too much. The over was going according to plan for Emirates. Suddenly, a big mistake. If a diving colonel cannot get to it, indeed it's a poor delivery. 7 runs of the over so far with the ball to go. Finds timber. When Emirates gets it right, this is exactly what happens. That's the first wicket he was dreaming of. And water will taste sweeter for him in the timeout that's coming up.
The tried and tested leg cutter does the job for Emirates. That's much better rather than going for Yorkers in the middle overs. I think slow ball is a very good option on a slow surface. Ugly hoik by Kirk Edwards. And Emirates get rid of his fellow countryman. Edwards gone for 29 of 29, strike rate exactly at 100 with Royals 69 for 3. Has also time. APL Apollo strategic timeout signaled by the umpire.
APL Apollo strategic timeout comes to an end. A lot to think about for Royals. Gurugram Thunders picking up a wicket on the cusp of it. Would be mighty pleased. Now remember, World Legends Pro T20 League, the awards are such that APL Apollo Entertainer Award will fetch you $50,000. First to hit 6 sixes in an over will get there.
Hopefully Ben Cutting is watching this and he knows how to make the missus happy. There you go, Ben Cutting. This is what you have to do.
An APL Apollo Boundary Award. The first to hit 6 fours in an over will get $25,000. An APL Apollo Hat-Trick Award, $50,000 at stake. Pushpa Kumar, someone whom you've played a lot with?
You have got me out about 10 times, that I remember. Just recently took 1,000 first-class wickets in the slot. And Ambati Raidu, when he hits it, it stays it. APL Apollo maximum over long on. Going against the turn, but why he was successful, he got to the pitch of the ball. Just want to finish off what I started to say. Pushkumar a couple of weeks ago picked up 1,000 first class wickets. Not much bowlers in the world have achieved it. He's been there for a long time, and certainly someone that you can bank on as a captain.
Goes again. The result doesn't change, nor does the reason. An APL Apollo maximum from Raidu back to back here, and the bat is getting bigger.
Probably commentator's curse here. I said the captain can bank on him. Couple of sixes all along on identical. Raidu, whenever he steps out, is out of the park. Just a bit of Saurav Ganguly in plays days. Steps out, is out of the park.
Some reprieve for Pushpakumara. He's a very unique way of appealing as well, Pushpakumara. Especially in franchise cricket around the world as we see him. Not an umpire's favourite.
Not at all. Now that was a good shot. Right in the middle of the bat. Good swing of the bat and goes, what, 80 meters. So Raidu finds the middle of the bat, and Yusuf Pathan, he's off the mark. He's someone too, can tonk the long ball. Half a mark, it's 83 for 3.
$83 for 3 at the halfway stage here, the Royals. Rod's been excellent. Let's go to Yashika.
I have with me the left hand dynamite शिखर धवन. शिखर, पहले तो ये बताइए कि आप यहाँ पे जो आए हैं, आज आपका मैच गुरुग्राम थंडर्स, हम दोनों जो है वो गुरुग्राम निवासी है और मैच गुरुग्राम थंडर्स के अगेंस्ट है, लेकिन सारे फ्रेंड्स के साथ यहाँ पर मिलने का मौका मिला जिनके साथ आपने इतनी क्रिकेट खेली है.
हाँ जी हाँ, बिल्कुल, और बहुत अच्छी लीग हो रही है ये, और सारे बचपन में जिनके साथ मैं खेलता हूँ अंडर 19 अंडर 16 से, तो उनके साथ रीग्रुप होते हैं और पुरानी मेमोरी शेयर करते हैं इधर बैठ के ड्रेसिंग रूम में. एंड of course it's always great to play on the ground and back in action.
And I'm sure गोवा हमेशा आप लोग पार्टी करने के लिए आए होंगे. क्रिकेट खेलने के लिए क्या पहली बार आए हैं?
मैं यहाँ पे जब मेरी इंडिया के लिए मेरा पहली सीरीज़ थी, तो गोवा में 2010 में मैच था ऑस्ट्रेलिया के अगेंस्ट, वो हुआ नहीं था बारिश के कारण, तब मैं आया था खेलने के लिए. उसके बाद अब आया हूँ और बड़ी खुशी है कि गोवा में यहाँ पे लीग ये इन्होंने स्टार्ट करी है यहाँ पे गोवंस के लिए, और जो ट्रैवल भी करते हैं उन सब के लिए. बहुत एक अच्छी एंटरटेनिंग चीज़ है और आई एम श्योर दैट इट विल डू वेरी वेल.
बिल्कुल. पिछले मैच में आपके फ्रेंड हरभजन सिंह ने आपको आउट किया, सो टॉक टू मी अबाउट दैट. हालांकि उन्होंने अपोलोजाइज भी किया आपसे बात.
हाँ जी हाँ, वो तो खैर जब खेलते हैं तो आपस में कंपटीशन तो लगता ही है और मज़ा आता है उसी में. एंड ये सभी अब मेरे रिफ्लेक्सेस पहले जितने तेज़ नहीं रहे, तो उसका नुकसान भरना पड़ता है मुझे कभी कभी. एंड इट्स गुड. अब जब भी अगर अगले मैच में मिलेंगे तो कोशिश करूँगा कि उसका बदला ज़रूर लूँ मैं.
ओहो, तो तैयार हो जाइए आप हरभजन सिंह. लेकिन बताइए कि यहाँ पर इस पिच पर सेफ टोटल क्या है?
आई फील कि 180-190 बनता तो बहुत अच्छा है, क्योंकि विकेट थोड़ी लो रह रही है और दिन का मैच है तो अब ड्यू भी नहीं है, तो वो एक ह्यूज फैक्टर है और उसका हमारे को एडवांटेज लेना चाहिए. तो उसके लिए लेकिन एक अच्छा टोटल होना चाहिए ताकि दूसरी टीम पे वो प्रेशर है और वो जल्दबाजी करे और हम वहाँ पे फिर विकेट्स लें.
चलिए शिखर, बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए. बैक टू यू कॉम्स.
थैंक यू सर.
Thank you, Yashika. Always fantastic talking to Shikhar Dhawan. Reminiscing the fact that he always enjoys coming here to Goa. It's been a while since he's come back. And he's enjoying every bit of this. The adventure, the cricket, and the weather. Enough bat. No! And he shrunk himself there. Colin de Grando, brilliant. Great boundary awareness. As one moment is trying to get as big as possible, the other moment as little as possible.
That went a mile. Never easy when there's breeze around. Rayudu for a moment he thought would have got it for a second six in consecutive deliveries. But Colin Gurugram not only caught the ball, but he made sure he had the presence of mind not to touch the above the cushions. Brilliant catch to get rid of Ambati Rayudu. 45 of 27. It's 90 for 4 Royals.
Samit Patel. Plethora of experience here, 90 not out his highest. If he's anywhere close to that, today Dubai Royals would be mighty pleased with his effort with the bat in hand as well. Royals 90 for 4. 8-0 will take them to 168. Broad has been exceptional today. He's been better prepared today.
Good to see Samit Patel back in action. And he's in the middle because Ambati Rayudu did not find the middle of the bat. Had plenty of air time. Brilliant catch by Colin Gurugram. Never easy near the boundaries, but have so many things in your mind. And Broad does what Broad does best. Picking up wickets. Got rid of Shane Watson yesterday. Today Shikhar Dhawan and Ambati Rayudu. 2 massive wickets.
Nicely negotiated. Will retain strike as well there. 11 gone. 91 for 4. Shikhar departed early today. Edwards got a bit of a start but slowed down suddenly. Emirates got the better of him with a slower delivery. Trego didn't get going. Rayudu, the only one to enter the 40s near a milestone and in good time as well, got caught by De Grandhomme. Brilliance from him and great boundary awareness. He's done his homework here, Tisara, especially to Patel.
Clean striker. Yusuf Pathan missed out first game. Plenty wealth of experience playing many international games as well as IPL, Legends cricket. Just about to get going. I think probably take a little while for him to get used to the conditions in the middle. Just a feel of bat on ball. Just a matter of 1-6. I think if Yusuf Pathan can get tonk 1, you could expect many.
Tisara Pereira, the skipper, must have figured out the right length to be bowling. Doing the pitch report as well. Oh, it was mentioned. This was too full, and he had the width as well to work with. Patel will not miss out on opportunities like this. That's a nerve settler for Patel and the dugout.
And that's one length that you want to stay away from. Samit Patel loves width. Throws the hands through the ball, middle of the bat, and the deep extra fielder was quite in front. He made sure that deliberately played it behind square for a boundary.
And a single as well, just to send a statement to the opposition. He wants to bat longer. He's not getting carried away.
Now, 10 runs per over from here onwards will get the Royals to 181. I think that's be a very competitive score to chase down later for the Thunders. In the slot, straight down the ground, almost clean. Tisara Pereira. That's an excellent and more like it by Yusuf Pathan, and brings up the 100 for the Royals.
That had some style to it as well. Pereira does well. Otherwise would have bore the brunt of the power of Pathan. Yeah, that shot will give him a lot of confidence.
And that was a shin breaker. I thought Tisara Pereira did well to evade that ball. Certainly to Tisara, I beg your pardon, Samit and Yusuf, one length you want to stay away is a half volley length. They love it full. Either you go full Yorker or back of the length to be on the safer side.
100 comes up with a ball to go to complete the 12th. Yusuf and Patel 7 apiece. Will quietly pick up a single and retain strike. Yusuf 103 for 4.
.58 is what they're going at. 6 wickets in the hut. A little bit of a launching pad getting into the back end. Amitoz comes in for his first over. In the august company of the handsome Nikhil Chopra.
Thank you so much, Joydeep. Yeah, 4 wickets down for the Royals. That's why the run rate not as healthy you'd seen in the previous couple of games here at this wonderful stadium. Wickets coming at regular intervals. I guess looking to up the ante a little too quick. Shot selection be the key, Joy?
Also, you have to take into consideration, this is the 5th match on the same pitch. So what is that number that you have in mind? And it would have changed from day one. This pitch has got a little bit of wear and tear, Nikhil. So it's no more maybe 200, 210, maybe 180 is something you can gun for.
Well, also, if you're looking to get that 180 mark, you lose a couple of wickets in the power play, then you're always looking to play catch-up. Somebody in the middle order has to go out there and get runs quickly, play a big innings. You take that APL Apollo boundary to his name. Patel, have a look at that. Just a little tickle down the leg side. Easy runs.
Yeah, very handy player. Nottinghamshire stalwart Samit Patel will come and bowl his left arm spin as well, which will be more than handy on this pitch. Stump to stump, keeps low. So for me, it's very important for you as a team to gauge what is the total you want on this pitch. Don't go by history, because yesterday was a different day. Day one was an even more different day. Yeah, Broad has been brilliant. 3-17-2, wow. Beautiful shot. Just, in fact, it's the lack of timing that bails him out.
Yeah, Stuart Broad, like you said, has been fabulous. And then have a look at that, those figures from the left arm spin. Soren, 2 overs, 8 dot balls, 10 runs, and he's also picked up the wicket. So you picked up Peter Trigger. So you've had pressure being built from both ends. That's how you build pressure. Stuart Broad complementing Soren as well, and you've been able to put pressure from both ends. Makes a big difference.
Also, you know, this sort of pitch is keeping low, so you want to be on the stumps and force the batters to hit you square of the wicket, a little far away. That's too full, but he'll get away with it. Just a single. 9 from this one. 13 gone. 1-1-2 for 4. Current run rate 8.62. Going this way would get them to 172. I reckon 172, going at 10-1-8-2. Nikhil Chopra, if they go at 10 and over from now on, they get to 182. That's a decent run to have on the board.
Without a doubt, absolutely, Joy, and especially in a day game with the spinners coming into effect as well. 182, then you put pressure on the batting unit that you need to go out there and capitalize the power play, the 36 deliveries with the field restrictions. If you don't do that, then for the rest of the 14 overs, if you're looking to get 12 and over, it gets really difficult. So you're right about that. But to get 10 and over, you need a boundary. You need a boundary every single over.
And that's the tough bit, because somebody like Pushpa Kumara, who's just kidding it on, he's going 8.77. Now, he's keeping it on the stumps. And because the bounce is not at its very best, the batter's a little circumspect going square with the sweep, with the slog. And he's pulling it a little further away, so you can't really hit him straight. That way you can hit him straight, but again, up in the air, this is a chance. Yep, gobbled up. This is what happens when you keep it on the stumps, don't give them pace and far away, then you're forced to hit it down the ground. No timing whatsoever.
Very rarely do you see Yusuf Pathan get beaten in flight against the spinner. And that's exactly what happened. He's looking to reach for that delivery. Bottom hand coming off, no real power in it. Pushpa Kumara bowling really well. It's a good catch by Blackwood. Yusuf Pathan departs for 10. It's 113 for 5.
Parvez Rasool, very handy with the bat. For me, you're just going the wrong way. Going like this now, you get to 166. That might be a little bit below par, but 175 was something that the Royals will take at this point in time. But they lost 5 crucial wickets. Who's going to get you those 50-55 odd runs at the back end? Rebowled that one. Their appeal was more to throw the umpire off, but these are big professionals and they know.
Have a look at the bottom of the screen. Next couple of batsmen, Bisla, Rishi Dhawan, Piyush Chawla, they all can bat. That's powerfully struck. Beautifully timed and placed. Samit Patel picks up another APL Apollo boundary. Have a look at that. Uses the depth of the crease, a great bit of power. Lovely back foot punch.
Not an easy shot to play, Nikhil, you would agree. It's a straight batted shot, and the key to that is him using the depth of the crease, making a short ball into a very short ball. Nevertheless, a good over here from Pushpa Kumara. 8 from this one with a wicket. 14 gone, 120 for 5. Blackwood comes in.
Joy was sitting in the wrong place, but let's get a boat, let's get a yacht, get some music going. Let's go party. This is Goa.
Easy for a man to say who has a yacht, owns one. When you're with Nikhil Chopra, you'll hear these things and he'll make them come true as well. Little yacht, a small one, about a 30-seater, 4 beds. He doesn't have a ship yet. Apparently he's ordered it.
Listen, when you're in Goa, you can hire those and get out, spend the day on the yacht. What else do you want?
You spend a fair bit of time here. We've got some friends.
I have some really close friends who moved to Goa. Ashish Nehra is one of them. Have a look at that. But beautiful. This is just breathtaking. One of the most beautiful sights. Love to get out on a boat on a serious note.
Yeah, and just the calmness, the serenity.
Bit of fishing, Joy?
Yeah, a bit of fishing, just some prawns being dished out right out of the pan. Yeah. This is not a picture, ladies and gentlemen. This is in reality just by the ground. This is heaven.
Because you got third man in the 30-yard circle, just looking to open the face of the bat and run it down to third man. Yep. Sun is shining bright. Our cheerleaders just getting a little bit of shade with the umbrellas.
They've also come in from Ireland where I'm told it's -1. So -1 to 30 is a 31-degree swing.
Great bit of knowledge, Joydeep. Great bit of knowledge. I wouldn't know that where they came from. How did you find out?
It's my job. It's my job to have all the stats. That's why we have a stats man. He's giving me the stats.
Does not come from the stats. I want to know where Joydeep has been partying. Next over, we'll continue with this conversation. 5 from the over, 125 for 5.
Last 30 legitimate balls to come. Where are the Royals finishing? 166 if they go this way. 175 if they can push it up to 10 and over. That'll take some hitting. The pitch slightly tired, slightly sluggish, slightly on the lower side. Oh, that's a mighty good hit. One bounce for Apollo, APL Apollo boundary.
Need to up the ante the last couple of overs into the innings, and Samit Patel very handy with the bat, lower down the order, especially in these last couple of overs. Will look to keep picking up wickets as well. Yeah, just continuing with that conversation from the previous over, I know now, yesterday, why Joydeep was looking for ice. He was running helter-skelter for ice. That's powerfully struck. That is powerfully struck. Picks up the APL Apollo. 6 by Pervez Rasool. Lovely use of the field, lovely hands through the ball, handy runs.
Reaching the ball, and once you reach the ball, then it's fine. Brilliant.
Now, did you find the ice that you were looking for yesterday? And I'll tell you why the ice. Have a look at this. 6 was hit. Let's have a look. It hits, unfortunately, one of the cheerleaders, and Jyoti was running for ice. Good man. Good man.
Always there for everyone. But just because I know about the moon doesn't mean I've been to the moon.
You've been partying with the girls. That's what Erin and Georgie has been telling me. That's why you know where they're from.
All the info I have got where they're from is from Parvez Maroof. Parvez Maroof is the one. He's the info man. 16 gone, 139 for 5.
What a time to take that APL Apollo strategic timeout. Saved by the bell, Joydeep Mukherjee.
So coming towards the end of that APL Apollo strategic timeout. 4 overs still to go. The Royals 139 for 5. And well, there are APL Apollo awards on offer. The first one to hit 6 sixes in an over, $50,000 US. 6 fours in an over, 25,000. An APL Apollo hat-trick award, $50,000 US. You wouldn't mind that for a day in the office. Wouldn't be too shabby. So it's all about what they can do out in the middle, though. Blackwood is bowled 1 over, gone for just 4 runs. And that's just stuck in the hand a little bit. Have to go back and do that one again as Dominic Cork slides elegantly into the seat next to me.
Sure, I slid elegantly, but thank you very much. Yeah, looked a little bit sore there, Blackwood. Just trying to hit that top of off stump, middle stump.
The full toss to back it up. Gets away with one.
Yeah, and his partner at the other end, Samit Patel, is a dangerous character at this time of the innings. He's played, obviously, a long time in T20 cricket, Samit Patel. Recently played for Derbyshire until he was released. At this stage, he can really hurt you.
Got a hold of that one. Just lands inside the rope, cut off. Well, Samit Patel, I was covering a 100 game, and suddenly out he comes, and he was meant to be on holiday on a plane to Portugal at the time. I think his family went, and he just went, right, okay, I've been called up, I'll play in this 100 game, and went from there, and he played really well.
Yeah, he's been around the world playing every type of cricket.
It's a surprise sometimes if he's not on a list.
Yeah, I think he's just come off a victory in another competition with OA Shah, a double wicket competition, so he's just fresh from success with that. Plays a lot of franchise cricket now around the world, the globe.
Stand and deliver. And that is an APL Apollo maximum. Absolutely walloped back over Blackwood's head.
Yeah, he's gone with a couple of slow deliveries, and I'm not sure this is the right option. Russell just waits for it. Watch how he waits, collapse that back leg, get underneath it. These aren't big boundaries, even for the legends. Nearly gets there.
Digs it out nicely, so he'll keep still 1 to come, the wide to start the over. So 10 from the over so far. It does bring Samit Patel back on strike. So a single to end the over. Patel will keep strike. 17 gone, 150 up, 150 for 5. So carry on at this rate, 3 overs still to come, get themselves to 176. Not a bad score that in an afternoon game. We've obviously seen 197 was the target in the very first game of the World Legends Pro T20, but that was a nighttime game. It's a very different story out there in the heat of the afternoon. And it's Sauron back into the attack. This partnership very handy, 37 from 23. To give himself a bit of room. There is protection out in the deep.
.159 is what the first inning score was in the afternoon game yesterday, and that wasn't enough. I think they've got themselves into a good position and a platform now to push to 180, 190.
Yeah, and it's a good recovery as well. They lost 2 fairly early wickets, 2 pretty dangerous batters as well. Shikhar Dhawan, the first one to go. Peter Trigo, not long after. Gives himself room, goes aerial, over the head of Stuart Broad, and that's an effort in itself. And it's cleaned up by Colin de Grandhomme.
Yeah, he's trying to go over extra cover, and because of the lack of pace, he's actually turned the ball. As you say, slices it over the top of Stuart Broad. That's the sort of player he is, Samit Patel. He likes to use his feet. He likes to hit the spinner downtown.
Goes aerial again. This time gets a hold of it, goes all the way. It's an APL Apollo maximum, and Samit Patel is on one.
38 from 23 now, 4 fours and 1 6. Samit Patel, experienced player. Made a career out of coming in late order for Nottinghamshire and Derbyshire recently, and taking games away from the opposition.
Well bowled, really well bowled, just tossing it up wide.
Also be watching this, because he'll have a hand to play with his spin bowling as well. And look how the pace, take the pace off, and it just grips a little bit and bounces.
Real bit of flight on this, and he gets under it, gets it up and over, and it's the second APL Apollo maximum of the over. 16 runs coming from it, 18 gone. Royals 166 for 5. So the most expensive over of the innings so far, that one, 18 runs coming from it. So 2 still to come, 166 for 5 on the board, and Samit Patel striking at 176. This partnership now 53 from just 29. And Rasool wants to join the party as well. And he's got his invite, he's RSVP'd, and he says, yep, I'll have an APL Apollo maximum too.
Yeah, this is a good shot. Again, Blackwood with the wrong length at this time. They're just trying to get underneath, trying to get that elevation, hit it towards that shorter side. And help yourself, this is really good. 59 from 30 partnership. There's 11 balls left. Can they get to 200?
He's not going to die trying, and that's gone through everyone. The Colonel, hands on his knees behind the stumps, can't believe he's missed it.
Yeah, that's unlike Phil Mustard as well. He's a good keeper. Maybe just put off by the swing of the bat, doesn't just stay down long enough, and he knows straight away, I've let that one through my legs. Good start to the over.
Flat, hard. There is protection out there on the boundary though, but it brings Samit Patel back on strike, and he is eyeing up that half century. He's 44 from 25, striking at 176 and seeing it really well. And he's not interested in dealing in singles, trying to get it up and over. And there's protection out in the deep for that very shot. Looks frustrated with himself, Patel. Well, he's given that a bit of something. Again, there is protection. As it comes off the bat, it looks like it's going to absolutely fly, and it's just sort of dropping short, and there is protection out, especially for these shots.
He's trying to take pace off as well, Blackwood. Trying to go, take pace off and say to the batter, you make the pace. 46 and 26 now, Samit.
Follows him nicely. It'll just be a single, so Patel will keep strike for the beginning of the final over. 19 gone, Royals 180 for 5. One over still to come, 180 on the board. Samit Patel eyeing up a half century. He's 46 from 27. He's played a really crucial knock down the back end of this innings. It just looked like they were pushing up to maybe getting to this 180 mark. They got an over to try and get themselves up over 190, targeting that 200 if they can. Emrit, a bit of pace off again, bowling the final over, forcing Patel to have to create something, and again he looks frustrated.
Well, he's going to stay deep. That's what Samit does. He's not going to run at you too much. He's trying to get underneath it, trying to get that elevation, as we talk about, collapsing that back leg. Rasool will try the same, probably look to go more leg side into deep mid-wicket.
Yeah, he's dug that out nicely. Again, there is a man out there. A slight misfield. Doesn't cost anything.
Samit wasn't looking for two. He was happy just to get one, get on strike. 47 from 28. He's got 4 fours and a couple of sixes to his name. Good start to the competition for Samit.
Full toss, clipped away. That'll be 4, and that's a 50 for Samit Patel. He brings it up in just 29 deliveries. Well, welcome to the World Legends Pro T20 League, Samit Patel.
Still a good player. Still a very good player and can perform at all levels. Fastest 50, easy for me to say, in the World Legends Pro T20 League. Turn up, get a half century, and he'll have the ball in hand very soon too.
He's got a hold of that one. It's going to go absolutely miles. It's out of the stands. Cover your heads if you're in the car park. It's an APL Apollo maximum for Samit Patel.
And a chance now to get one of the highest scores in the competition as well. Maximum to finish. That has gone out of the ground. Probably one of the biggest 60s as well. He's 57 from 30, strike rate of 190.
Up and over. 4 more to Samit Patel. He moves on to 61. The Royals, they could well reach that 200 mark.
It's such a clever shot because it's not a bad ball from Emrit. He tries to get it right in that block hole, and watch Samit here, how he manipulates, opens the face, gets it up and over backward point. 83 from 40 this partnership, and a shot away from 200.
Digs out the final ball. And it's 4 more. Bisects all the fielders. Samit Patel, that'll be the first time a team has crossed 200 in the World Legends Pro T20 League. 200 for 5. They finish their 20 overs. Patel unbeaten on 65. And this partnership, 87 from 41. How crucial is that going to be?
Yeah, runs on the board. I was surprised when Shikhar won the toss and had a bat first. What do I know? And brilliant from the latter order. 87 from 41. 7 APL Apollo boundaries for Samit Patel. And 3 Apollo maximums. Really good from him and from Rasool, 29 from 17. And this is going to be a difficult chase.
Yeah, real appreciation there. They won the toss, decided to have a bat first. It's very hot out there today, standing in the field all that time, and now having to go and then try and chase this one. But over 16 to 20, 75 without losing a wicket. That's so crucial. Samit Patel, he's come in for his first game and he's stamped his authority straight away. And what a knock. 65 off just 32, hitting 7 fours and 3 sixes on the way, including that one that went out into the car park somewhere. There'll be people worrying about their windows. And it was just striking at its very finest, as we say. He's played for a lot of teams around the world, showed his class, showed his experience, and he's got his team to 200 for 5 from their 20 overs. Dewan was the first one to go. Edwards, well, he was 29 from 29, but it was then Raidu came in. His 45 off 27, but you just can't look past Patel. Unbeaten 65 from 32. Rasul played his part, kept him company. Partnership takes 2 to tango, and the two of them finished 87 from 41 to help get them to 200 for 5, and those 16 extras could also prove costly. Yeah, talk about partnerships, and that one at the end, 87 from 41, but 41 off 33 as well between Raidu and Edwards. Just setting things up early on after losing a couple of early wickets. That was the rebuild, and then from there they just pushed up through the gears, accelerated towards the end to get themselves to 200 for 5.
Difficult day for the Thunder and the bowlers so far. Thought Broad was excellent again, 3 overs, 2 for 17. The standout, but expensive from Emirates, who was brought into the team today, 1 for 48. And Pushpak Kamara as well, 1 for 40. But a hard day for the bowlers so far.
Yeah, tough day out there in the heat, and 16 extras as well bowled. It's always going to be proved costly.
We have an iconic Test cricketer here with us, Stuart Broad, with some 600 Test wickets. How is Goa treating you?
It's been wonderful. Yeah, it's been a great couple of days. We've played back-to-back games halfway through our second. So yeah, really enjoying being part of the team. It's been a lot of fun. I actually hadn't bowled or played cricket since I retired from Test cricket 2.5 years ago. So it's been wonderful being back on the field, and actually makes you realise how much you love the game when you're back in the middle.
Well, you've been in outstanding form. Some great wickets there today. Raidu, Shikhar, and then yesterday with Watson's wicket.
Yeah, I bowled at these guys a lot, you know, over many years. So it's great to be sort of battling out again. And you know, it's not just for us ex-players or former internationals. Not just the on-the-field battles. It's actually seeing the guys around the hotel and you know, seeing ex-teammates, former teammates. Even Samit Patel, I played with him for 17 years at Nottinghamshire. So to be able to bowl against him today and see how he was striking it so beautifully has been a lot of fun.
Are you confident enough to defend this score?
I think we're pretty happy. You know, it's a really small ground.
Sorry,
so
we're chasing the score.
We're chasing. I think we're pretty happy. You know, 201. We've seen around this score been chased on this ground so far, particularly as the lights set in, it sort of kisses on a bit more. So we'd have preferred probably 180. The Samit Patel played fantastically at the back end, but we've got guys like Phil Mustard, Ross Taylor, Colin de Grandhomme, fantastic Pujara. We've got guys who have scored a lot of runs over the years, so we're pretty confident.
Yeah, okay. Wishing you all the best then. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Over to you guys in the comment box.
He's definitely not lost it, has he, Stuart Broad? So the Gurugram Thunders, to back their first win of the tournament, need 201 from their 20 overs. We're going to go for a short break, and we'll be back with the chase.
Hello everyone. Gurugram Thunders will need 201 runs at 20 overs, which is at 10.05 runs on the board and many. The start wasn't the greatest of them all, although Shikhar started with a beautiful drive, but after that it was the old foes over here. Broad through Dhawan, 3 times in test matches, but after that couldn't quite get off to a flyer. Some good shots, far and few. Yeah, that's what happened. Kept low, went through Pedro Trego. Wasn't easy to bat. Some lusty hitting in between. Last 4 overs was 75 runs. Last 5 overs was 75 runs, beg your pardon. But all this while, it was all for the Thunders. But then it was Samit Patel who came in and said, hey, listen, Ambati Raidu over here, first hitting a huge 6, and then this time being caught by Grand Hom in the boundary. Beautiful catch by him, not easy out there. Swirling wind, and Samit Patel just turned it on. Beautiful cricket shots. He's such a good player. Yusuf Pathan to up the ante perished, but Samit Patel kept going. Look at this for a cricket shot. The back foot punch steps out, and again in that gap between deep mid-wicket and long on, Rasool reaches and straight down. Some lusty hitting right at the end, and this is something we couldn't quite foresee. It wasn't an easy pitch to bat on, but not when Samit Patel was batting. Last 5 overs 75, and some belligerent batting right at the end to get them into a very strong position. He was hitting 6s for fun, playing with the field, making room, slicing it over point, then splitting the gap between mid-wicket and long on. All this, oh, pristine, gorgeous, as the man next to me, Parvez Maroof.
Thank you for the lovely introduction, Joydeep Mukherjee. Yeah, Patel and Rasool, they made sure that finished with a bang. 65 and 29 not out. 200 runs on that surface, Joy. I thought it's a massive effort. Been used a couple of days on the trot, thought about 160, 170 would have been a par. But the way Patel made, I think that made the difference in the end. Bowling card for the Gurugram Thunders. Plenty of bowlers used, 7 in fact. Emrit was expensive. Broad bowled really well, only 3 bowling 3 overs. Saurin under 10 runs. Thisara and Pushpakumar more than 12 and 10 runs per over respectively was expensive. And Blackfoot 3 overs 25. Not much to speak about when it comes to the bowling card, especially when he scored 200. That means the batting side have always had a good day.
Yeah, the bowlers took a bit of a pounding. Broad was superb. 167 test matches after all. That's the level. Yeah, just the 1 game so far. Warrior.
Samit Patel was fantastic. From the word go, he looked in marvelous touch. Still playing competitively, just took a little while, or maybe a couple of deliveries to get these eyes in. As soon as he got it in, played some wonderful shot. Even not middle of the bat, did continue to go for the boundaries. Not a good idea to be fighting the ball against Samit Patel, and that particular 6 ended up in the car park. Certainly batted well. Samit Patel remained unbeaten.
Yeah, thankfully Parvez Maroof's BMW 7 Series is parked far away. He doesn't move unless there's a BM 7 Series. Parvez Maroof, that's the standard. Yeah, good to see these people over here. It's a warm day, but in spite of that, beautiful place to be in. How good was he?
Good as gold. Stuart Broad, 3 overs 2 for 17, continuing his form from yesterday. First it was Shikhar Dhawan, second was a good catch of Ambati Raidu by Colin Digandom. Keeping it really simple, Brody. Back of the length and cross seamers.
Why did he not bowl the last over?
Yeah, probably Thisara Pereira missed a trick, or else maybe a niggle that Thisara did not want to take a risk. Right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have the run chase by the Royals.
The World Legends Pro T20 League from the 1919 Sports Cricket Stadium in Goa. They've got runs on the board, now they have to defend it. Chetashev Pujara on the right. What a player, over 100 test matches. He'll make sure the skirting goes back all the way. Although he benefits from the skirting falling over, that's the sort of person he is. He'll make sure everything is proper. Umpires in the middle. Impact player. Who's coming in? Who's going out? Chetashev Pujara comes in. Good life, Chetashev Pujara. No fielding, only batting. Something that he's done all his life. He loves to bat and bat and bat. Was a very good fielder. Was a very good catcher in his time as well. But over here, while everybody is in the heat, he will be in the dugout, in the shade, and now come out and bat and try and win the game for your team.
Pujara batted in the middle order yesterday, so gets a promotion. Probably a tactical change, and we have the signal. We'll get you the confirmation who has Pujara has replaced. But I like this move up top, sending the batsman who batted well in the middle order yesterday to counter the new ball. Probably the best time to bat.
Pujara in for Soren Thakur, the left arm spinner. And it's a big total, Parvez. They'll have to get on with it. They just have to use this power play. Get to at least about 60, if not 70.
Now Phil Edwards with the new ball. Crosswind maybe find some swing. That's something that we got to keep a close eye on. The length is going to be crucial. I thought that's where Stuart Broad with his height was spot on with the length. Very good economy raid. Under 8 runs, especially considering he bowls to the new ball and the old ball.
Chris Mofu is in. Yusuf Pathan is out. Yusuf Pathan only batting, no fielding. Your off spin will be missed. Very handy off spinner. Saurashish Lahiri to his right. Wasim Jaffer to his left. What a player Wasim Jaffer is. Saw him get 200 on day 1 in a test match at Eden Gardens versus Pakistan. End of day's play, he was batting 200. Over 1,500 runs. Hasn't played a lot of T20 cricket. For somebody who's played over 100 test matches. More of a longer format player. But very good list day player as well. Averages in the high 40s with close to 2000s. But T20 is another kettle of fish. Hint of swing. And the good old forward defense from Chetashev Pujara.
Right on the money, Phil Edwards. Decent pace and good front foot press by Chetashev Pujara. That will give him confidence, middle of the bat. Hint of swing, that's not something that we'll have to keep a close eye on, Joy. If there is swing, Phil Edwards will find it. With his seam position, with a slingy action, naturally taking away the ball from the right-hander.
How much is the swing dependent on the conditions and how much so in the skill and the new ball? I know some bowlers, Parvez, you give them a new Kookaburra ball and you give them, and they'll swing the ball. They'll swing in more in favorable conditions, but they'll get something out of it. Your thoughts on that?
2 reasons, a wrist position and the seam position. It all depends on those two. How much crosswind doesn't matter if you don't have the right wrist position or the seam position. The good bowlers, I mean, especially the first bowler comes to my mind when it comes to swing is Jimmy Anderson. He keeps it really simple with a good wrist position and can swing the ball in and out. With Fiddle Edwards, he has a decent seam position. That's also, it helps with the slingy action, taking away from the right-hander.
Nicely timed, but not being able to pick the gap. Stayed to Peter Trego. Yeah, what a bowler. Fiddle Edwards, sharp, on your face, aggressive, athletic, miserly, and the rock of Indian cricket. Well, the wall was Dravid and they called him the Rock. The Rock replaced the wall. Beautiful, but finds the fielder. Right now, it's 3 people in the game. Edwards, Pujara, Trego.
A couple of nicely timed shots by Chetur Pujara, but could not find the gap. Fiddle Edwards will do well, probably to get the line much more straighter against Pujara. Loves the offside, loves behind square. So the line, middle stump, leg stump, will be a safer bet. Now for the very first time, Fiddle Edwards bowls a slow ball. It just says dies on the pitch. Is that the certain things that will come in the next game coming?
Are we about to see the first maiden over of the tournament? JP Dumini was very close to it, 5 dot balls, as is Fiddle Edwards at this point in time. Had a single score of the last ball, but over here, oh, look at that for aggression. The fast bowlers and aggression comes hand in hand. Oh, he's found the gap. This time Trego will just go and fetch the ball back. Save your legs. Pujara is off and running. Thunder's after 1, 4 for none. (1919) Sports Cricket Stadium in Goa, absolutely picturesque. Great facilities, cricketing, non-cricketing, home box, breakout area, everything is so good. Paris Maru has been harping about how impressed he's been with the facilities, the air conditioning in the com box, everything just perfect. As Mofo, who could do with some air conditioning, the sort of heat there is out in the middle, is about to start proceedings.
Christopher Mpofu got to back up what Fiddle Edwards did in the first over. Except the last delivery, which went for a boundary. I thought there's nothing wrong with the delivery. Colonel, who missed out yesterday, will be wanting to get off to a good start. Similar to Cheteshwar Pujara, loves outside the yaw stump. And this got the Thunders as well as Pujara off the mark.
Third in the circle. You can't really give any room outside off stump then, otherwise Mustard will try and sort of glide it past the third, which is in the circle. Yeah, Shikhar Dhawan, very hands-on skipper, looking around to make sure he's got the right personnel in the right places, all the angles that matter. There you go. A little closer, you two. Like the shoes, red and blue. I think there's something that'll go well with Parvez Maroof. Or you could buy two pairs of shoes and interchange them also.
It's always me. A decent start on a good length. I think in between length and short, which is 6 to 8 meter length, is the length that the faster bowler should be targeting in this surface. Probably not in the death overs, but in the on top, as well as the middle overs, the slow balls into the pitch. As soon as you go full, as you saw in the last ball of the previous over, went for a boundary. So the natural length for Christopher 4 is the back of the length, and that's the ideal length in this surface.
Yeah, because even now the ball is a little hard and the fast bowler's bowling, it's still bouncing nicely. Once the ball gets a bit older, Pervez, and also the spinners come in with no pace, that's when bounce is a huge issue.
Yeah, good length. You can see the intent by Phil Masters trying to come towards the ball, trying to make his own pace off the pitch. The change of pace with the new ball will be a very, very good weapon.
And because the Royals are batted on this pitch, they would know how to bowl on this. You get a little bit of an idea, having faced the issues when he batted. And the batting group would have had a chat with the bowling group and said that, hey, these are the areas that were easier to convert to runs, and these are the balls that were difficult. On the stumps, back of a length, not a lot you can do because the bounce will get a little bit lower as the game goes on, as the ball gets older. Yeah, good old hike. Good old hike. And brilliant piece of fielding by Fiddle Edwards. Who said the fast bowlers can't field well?
Unfortunately, in the scorecard might go as a drop chance, but I think Fiddle Edwards did well, considering it's Legends cricket. Applauded by the bowler, good to see. Yathars Pujara was going to the sweep shot, probably picked up the line of the ball down the left side as well as a slower delivery. Timed it well.
The fast bowlers club, very tight. Yeah, on the stumps, finishing on the stumps, little back of length. 2 gone, 8 for none. A 193 required of 108 balls. That'll take some hitting. This pitch is looking a little bit on the sluggish side. It's done its job. It's held up for 4. This is the 4th game on this one. So 3.5 games, halfway stage. I've been told, well informed, that they're moving to another pitch from tomorrow. But the first 3 days, well, 2.5 really, because 1 game on day 1 is on the same pitch. Pitch number 5, right in the middle. Little room given, but the fielder exactly placed over there. And that's a terrible bounce. A field for Samit Patel. Barely got past his face. Shake of the head from him.
That's quite unfortunate for Fiddle Edwards. That will go against him. But this almost broke the cheekbone of Samit Patel. First bounce, second bounce, and almost took the cheekbone off. Luckily, he's off the shoulder, goes to the boundary. Safety first.
Yeah, you're right. It could easily have crashed onto his face because the first bounce, we are sure it's going to come, but the second bounce is supposed to die down. Whoa, off the stumps. Chetisha Pujara. What an outstanding piece of athleticism on the boundary.
Wow, 2 brilliant piece of field in quick succession. First, the own bowler, a short fine leg in the last over. And Kirk Edwards with this, I thought he was just jogging to collect the ball from the boundary. But then he realized he's just chasing him, puts the dive out. And for me, he saved 3 runs there. That was excellent by Kirk Edwards. Jethro Pujara twice in this innings would have had boundaries. It was stopped by the Royals.
Straight to the fielder. Just not happening here for the Thunders. So there was one ball which should have been stopped by the fielder, bad bounce, and the other times, both the times could have gone for 4. Once excellent from the fielder, and once the placement not the best from the batter.
Yeah, Colonel is unlucky here. That was meant to be put away for a boundary. Rambathi Raidu just on its way and did not even move an inch. That was swing in the last delivery. But finding the right line is going to be important against the left-hander.
Into swing, full toss. Swinging in the air, just coming in singles. The first 4 and then a single. The required rate per race already up to 10.79 so early in the game.
Yeah, the foundation is going to be important by the Thunders. They got some clean hitters like Ross Taylor, Colin de Grandhomme, Thisara Pereira. But for them to go out there and play their natural game where they are dangerous at, I think the top 3 got to make sure the foundation has been laid. That's one reason I think Cheteshwar Pujara has been given the responsibility of opening the batting, getting them a solid start.
Reball that one. Yeah, the bouncer just gone a little bit awry.
Misdirecting the bouncer here, Fiddle Edwards down the leg side. Digged in short. Thought Fiddle Edwards was interested for a little while, thinking that there may be or could have been some glove, but wicketkeeper absolutely had no interest in appealing. I like this move by Fiddle Edwards, just not bowling the fuller deliveries, making sure the batsman is on us at the crease with a short delivery just to remind the batters that 1 for the over is allowed in T20 cricket.
And also Pujara is not a natural hooker. In Test match cricket, all his life, what he has done is let the bouncer go. Didn't take it on. Suddenly for him, for about 15, 18 years to let it go, and then suddenly to go after it is easier said than done. But this version requires you to do that, especially if you're chasing 201. Little bottom edge, will get the single. Manvinder Bisla, the keeper.
Yeah, inside edge kept low. They studied well to get down to it. That's another indication that the pitch is certainly slowing down. Trying to guide it to third man with the third man in the circle, Pujara, but no pace to work with.
Mustard not cutting it yet, the Mustard, but he will soon. He's a very good player. Another wide, swinging in the air. Wow, there's some skill in these conditions.
I thought the idea was right by Fiddle Edwards. When the swing is available, why not go for the full Yorker to a left-hander? Started around midland leg stump and finished off outside the leg stump. If you can start around the off stump, probably finish at the middle stump.
He's a little slingy. Is that the reason why he's getting a bit of outswing in the air?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. There's no other reason why. And with a good wrist position and a seam position, it's easy to bowl. Just like that. Once you loses the length, you can pay the price, as Colonel just thumps it over mid-wicket for a boundary to end the third over. 21 for no loss.
180 of 102. 10 wickets in hand. 10.59. We still haven't quite got off to a flyer. They are too full, going for the Yorker, and just beautiful hands through the ball, maintaining the shape, not overhitting it, just too full to be able to get underneath it, really. Enjoyed it. Rasool with the off spin. Real quick one here, but he's been very well backed up on the field by Fidel Edwards, who's just about getting his breath back after bowling 6 quick balls.
Yeah, Russell got to be really careful with the line. I understand why he's targeting the leg stump with the 2 fielders outside the circle. He's at long on and mid wicket, but that's much better. Probably saw Pujara giving himself room and chased it.
First player from J&K to play for India. Brilliant cricketer. Retired since. All-rounder, bowling being his primary skill. Bowls a very good ball that goes away. Sort of, not the carom ball. Whoa, mighty close. Mighty close. Umpire says maybe bad. Are they going for it? They have to. They must. Bisla looking for some confirmation from you, keeper.
Watching it live, I thought it was straight. Conventional loss spinner gripped a little bit. Probably the height. Hitting in the mid-rift of Phil Mustard. That would have been the concern for the wicket keeper. Comes on the track and straight to mid-on where Peter Trego catches it pretty easily. Again, slowness, taking him all the pace off, asking the batter to make his own pace. And Parvez Rasool strikes in his very first over.
He tells the umpire, I will not have to ask you for this one. I've got him. I've got my man. Last bowler was dependent on you. That's a very good catch by Trego. Great technique over there. Mustard trying to go over mid-on. Just the slowness in the ball means that everything becomes slow. His bat speed becomes slow. He's gone for a 7 of 9, 22 for 1 it is. Jermaine Blackwood. The strike rate will have to get a lot better. Just to 150. Is this a punt?
A good player stayed down the ground. Blackwood to go over the top, over mid-off, mid-on, especially against the fast bowlers, but he'll put up against Parvez Rasool. Intentions quite clear by the Colonel. The previous over was trying to go big. Probably didn't get to the pitch of the ball. Decent piece of below at the bat, but just not good enough or big enough to clear the boundary. Blackwood off the mark with a single.
Finish well, boy. Finish well.
178 of 97. Task in itself. Required rate up to 11.01. Pujara needs to get going. Three of the over, successful one. 4 gone, 24 for 1.
Yeah, going to need to get a wriggle on here. 24 for 1 after 4 overs, and it's a hefty target. That 200 looking a long way away. The first team to pass 200 in the World Legends Pro T20 League. A lot of it coming off the heavy lifting of Samit Patel down the order. That 87 partnership between Rasul and Patel at the end really helped elevate them up to what's going to be quite some ask. So into the attack now, Rishi Dhawan for the Royals. He's actually done quite well to dig that out and find the boundary there. Got himself in a bit of a pickle, really tight, but he finds 4.
Yeah, much needed boundary. They're desperate, not just for one, for quite a few. Slightly short. His first delivery, Rishi Dhawan, plenty of time for Pujara to rock back and pick his spot. And did he pick it nicely? They got to get a move on, as you were saying earlier, Georgie. You're absolutely spot on. They're a bit too far behind at the moment. The required rate touching 11, which is never easy when you've got to do it for a prolonged period of 16 overs. If it's for a 4 or 5 over period, yes, you can. But for so long, you've got to maintain that required rate. And then in the middle, if there is a good over, that required rate jumps up very quickly.
I guess they can take heart from the fact the Royals at this point were 30 for 2, so not a lot of difference in it. But it was just that hitting at the back end, wasn't it? Samit Patel just having an absolute day.
Yeah, incredible. You won't often see hitting of that fashion. He cleared the boundary with ease. It was just in such good touch. It landed today morning. He must have had a few hits before he got on the plane from wherever he's traveling, Samit. But Rishi, again, a very canny customer. A lot of change-ups.
Advances down the pitch, again just finds that bottom edge. There's that little bit of extra intent. He knows he needs to get on with it.
Yeah, and if we look at the batting card, they needed some of those power hitters to just come in a bit early when they had such a slow start. Chiteshwar Pujara still out there on 19 of 17. Blackwood just joined him right there in the middle. But they'll have to do something really special to go close to that 200 mark.
Now, Abhishek, you played a lot of cricket out in the heat. Do you think how much of an effect do that think that will have, especially having been out there in that heat and then having to deal with the power hitting down the end? It can really get to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, we need to realize that not all of the players playing here are playing regularly. Some of them are. A majority of them are not playing in this heat regularly. So it does take a massive toll on your body. It takes a bit more time than it used to recover as well. So it's always an added advantage in this heat if you bat first. And probably that's the reason they batted first as well. And that's what Shikhar said during the toss.
Goes aerial this time, one bounce, and it's an APL Apollo boundary for Pujara.
Yeah, they understand the importance of going hard now. Rishi Dhawan again with his change-up delivery. Chiteshwar Pujara dancing down the track in complete control. Very nicely executed. Yeah, sometimes he struggles to generate power from the crease, so he's somebody who needs to give himself a bit of room or go towards the delivery to generate that extra bit of power. Sometimes feel for the cheerleaders as well. It's pretty warm out there, but they have done an exceptional job.
Finds the gap, beautifully threaded, and it's 3 fours in a row, 2 fours in a row to end the over. 5 overs gone, 38 for 1. So the Thunders, they need 163 from 90. It's a big, big ask, and they need to just keep finding the boundary. Pujara back-to-back fours to end the 5th over is the kind of thing they need, but that required rate pushing up towards 11 now.
Again, a wonderful shot, but not the greatest of delivery. Very full. That's the length you're eyeing as a batter. That's the length you want the bowler to bowl. Those are easy picking for somebody like Pujara.
It's tidy from Mpofu. Just the 4 runs coming from his first over as well. He's one of those players that he's another one that plays all around in all these different kind of tournaments. He's just a great person to have around a team as well. He's full of energy. We even say hello to him in the warm-up, and he bounces around.
He's a lovely, lovely guy, Christopher Mpofu. He's always got a big smile. You know, his energy is brilliant. Every time you're around him, there's a lot of positivity, which is always great.
He's not got a full hold of that one. It lands short of Samit Patel, who just opted to stay back on the boundary. Sometimes you find yourself caught in 2 minds on those, and in the end, it can end up sort of, well, an expensive trip to the orthodontist if it hits you in the face.
I reckon the amount of cricket Samit has played, I hope he never in double mind. He knows exactly what he's doing. Over 450 T20 cricket matches. Correction, not many cricketers have played.
Oh, stand and deliver, hold the pose, straight back over his head. That is a beautiful looking stroke. It's another APL Apollo boundary, and that's one for the photographers.
Look at that for a shot. That's one of the hardest shots you will see. Was a decent delivery, back of length, but hitting it through the line. And a couple of bounce into the boundary skirtings. It's just upping the ante now.
Yeah, it's a good response.
Lovely change-up. Very intelligent bowler, Christopher Mpofu. But again, the foundation is there. They've not lost too many wickets. They've got a lot of power hitters to come. But what you don't want for them to come in too late. If you look at the names coming later, Tishara Pereira, Ross Taylor, Colin de Grandhomme, they all can clear boundary at will.
Just targeting at those stumps at the moment, that fuller length from Mpofu, and it's working nicely because that run rate is already up, required now over 11, so that every time they keep them below that, it just keeps pushing higher.
Goes quite quickly as well. You bowl an over where you just go for 7 or 8 or 9, that required rate will keep jumping up, and that's the reason. Even if they don't get 11, they're going to try and get 9.5, 10 every over, so that they don't let that required rate go to that 13, 14 mark. That's where it gets a bit tricky. Final delivery of the power play. They'll love a boundary better if they can get a 6. Pujara on strike, striking at 140 with 5 boundaries.
Well, it's powerful, and he bisects the fielders, finds the boundary. It's not the 6 you might have wanted, but it is an APL Apollo boundary to finish the over. So 11 runs coming from it. End of the power play, 6 gone, 49 for 1. So the first time a team has reached 200 in the World Legends Pro T20 League, and it was Samit Patel at the back end of that innings, an unbeaten 65 off 32, but keeping him company as well, Rasul at 29 off 17. That partnership of 87 off just 41 really did some damage in the back end.
They gave them the impetus they were looking for. They needed somebody to stand tall, and boy, did Samit did. What an incredible, wonderful knock. Now he's got a job with the ball as well. 364 wickets with an economy under 7.5. That is exceptional in this format. Anything under 8 is exceptional in T20 cricket.
Gives it a real bit of flight to start things off. And it's one of those things as well, when you're an all-rounder, you've got the opportunity in both parts. If one doesn't work so well, the other doesn't. But if it goes well, can it bleed into his bowling?
And he came in from the onset, he looked set. He batted beautifully, played some wonderful knock. Again here, there is an opportunity. Will he be among the wicket? And Peter Trigger, he is unbelievable. Let's talk about his fitness, his commitment. He couldn't do it with the bat, but boy, did he get an opportunity in the field and made the most of it.
Samit Patel into the attack with the ball, takes just 2 balls. We thought he'd cleared Trigo, who's not the tallest of players, and he's done so well. Just close enough inside that ring, loses his hat, doesn't care. And it's 2 wickets down. He was a goalkeeper in football, and he's showing those skills out in the field. So Jermaine Blackwood goes for a runnable 8, Thunder's 49 for 2. Colin de Grandhomme comes out to the middle. He's got 253 matches to his name. He's off the mark straight away.
Soon we're going to see Piyush Chawla with the ball as well, but what a catch. That is unreal from Peter Trigger. Look at the jump, the timing of it. No wonder goalkeeping comes in handy at times in cricket.
Well bowled, buddy.
Oh, Samit Patel must have think, I don't know what I did when I woke up today, but he got out the right side of the bed, he's done it with the bat, and he really was sensational, and now he's already got a wicket with the ball.
Some exquisite shots all around the ground, and took his team to a very good total at the end. 65 of just 32 deliveries. Oh, that's an appeal. Just drifting down the yawn side. You always see a big smile on Samit's face. He's such a character, Samit.
So it should just be a single to close out the over. A very successful one. Again, Samit Patel, just the 3 runs and the wicket from it. 7 gone, 52 for 2. So Pujara coming in as impact player. He's still out there. He's been up there since the top. Watched a couple of wickets fall around him, but he's going nicely. 33 from 22. They just need to start building a partnership, Pujara and de Grandhomme. And again, we're going to have another change in bowler.
We've got 2 bowlers from 2 sides. Over 300 T20 wickets. An economy under 8. It's going to be a difficult ask because the required rate at the moment is close to 11.5. Piyush Chawla, what a performer. He has been over the years for India, in the IPL and wherever he plays.
De Grandhomme looks to muscle it out towards the boundary, not quite timing it. But it'll bring Pujara back on strike, which is what you want at the moment because he's going to have to be the aggressor here.
See, the way Chiteshwar Pujara plays spin, he always dances down the track and try and go over covers. That's one of his favorite areas, especially against a left-arm spinner or leg spinner. He thought about it there. You could see that little shimmy, but then he quickly realized it's not the delivery he could dance down to.
Yeah, it's finding a good length because de Grandhomme can only just about dig it out. Doesn't matter how much power you have, he's unable to get under it and get any kind of elevation.
He's such a intelligent bowler, Piyush Chawla. Varies his length, his line.
Use of the V. This is beautiful, and it's an APL Apollo maximum for Pujara.
I mean, if you watched him bat for the last 15 odd years, you know exactly what he's going to try and do against a leg spinner. He's going to dance down the track and try and pump him over extra cover long off. That's exactly what he does on that occasion. Times it beautifully. He's always got such lovely hands through the ball.
I think he's got it through his legs there, legs of the keeper.
Little paddle. There was not much pace to work with, just a single, but still a good over so far. They've got 10. If they can get another boundary, that's exactly what they'll be eyeing.
Dispatched, absolute power hitting from Colin de Grandhomme, and that is exactly what they needed to close out the over. 8 gone, Thunder's 68 for 2.
Chalo, boys.
$68 for 2, and that doesn't look too bad at the moment for the Thunders up against the Royals. It is a massive chase, but so far so good, with Cheteshwar Pujara rapidly onto 41 of 25. Colin de Grandhomme joining him, but still an uphill task here. 133 needed from 72. Got Dominic Cork alongside myself, Sohail Chandok now. And Samit Patel, he's batted beautifully. He's getting the job done with the ball. They've missed him.
Well, he started well in this competition, and he does everywhere he goes around the world. He's a fine player in this form of the game.
Nicely played yet again, finds the gap. Should come back for the second. Comfortable from Cheteshwar Pujara. Those legs move beautifully against spin, don't they?
Yeah, it's just the way he commits himself. Gets himself into position and works the ball against the spin. He doesn't worry about whether it's going to spin or not because he's getting to the pitch of the ball.
Inside out that time. And that should be another APL Apollo boundary. Gorgeous from Cheteshwar Pujara.
It's a beautiful shot. It is a textbook shot, how to play spin. Watch how he uses his feet. We talked about it, get to the pitch of the ball and then get up and over that extra cover. There's lots of room there. Maybe a few problems for Samit Patel, but they're still in a decent position now. 127 of 69.
And again, just whips that one again in the gap. Should at least get a couple, maybe more. That's a good stop in the deep from Parvez Rasool. Keeps it down to 2, and he's 1 away from what would be a brilliant 50 from Cheteshwar Pujara. Again, the use of the feet, fantastic.
Yeah, and we've seen commitment in the field all round on both sides.
Chips that one to long on, and guess what? 50 on the board for Cheteshwar Pujara. His first in the World Legends Pro T20 League, and it's come in good time as well, of just 30 deliveries.
Yeah, strike rate of 166, 7 fours, 1 6 in that innings, and they've got to keep going now. It's good from Pujara.
Been a good over so far, and that'll make it an even better over for the Thunders. A boundary to finish the Samit Patel over, and after 9 now, the Thunders 81 for 2, going along nicely. And with that, we have ourselves an APL Apollo strategic timeout. back from the APL Apollo strategic timeout. Thunder's going along nicely at 9 and over. Target of 201. Peter Trago with ball in hand. Still got Dominic Cork in the comm box alongside myself, Sohail Chandok here, and at the moment Thunder's looking pretty good. Still need 120 of 66, Dom, and that's close to 11 and over though.
Yeah, they're in a position, I wouldn't say pretty good, I'd say they're okay at the moment. They've got to keep going. What he's got to do, Shikhar, is just manipulate his bowlers to frustrate him. Get Pujara off strike and see what Colin de Grandhomme can do. They've still got Ross Taylor to come as well, who played well yesterday, and this man has an ability to take wickets.
Whips that away as well. Pujara, he's striking it at 160 plus. De Grandhomme striking it at 200. But a man who strikes it at 200 quite often, standing by with Tanya Purohit. Over to Yusuf Pathan.
एज समवन जो बड़ी हुई है क्रिकेट देखते हुए, उसके लिए बहुत स्पेशल मोमेंट है, क्योंकि मेरे साथ जो खड़े हैं वो सिर्फ एक व्यक्ति नहीं है, बल्कि 2 वर्ल्ड कप टाइटल्स हैं, आईपीएल के कई सारे टाइटल्स, एंड अपने आप में एक लेजेंड इंसान यूसुफ पठान। वेलकम।
थैंक यू, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
यूसुफ,
और आप भी कोई कम नहीं हो।
ओह माय गॉड, ये आया ना कैमरे में। ओके यूसुफ, बट अभी जो एक्सपीरियंस रहा है, जिस तरह से आप लोग खेल रहे हैं, आई नो ऑल ऑफ योर फ्रेंड्स आर प्लेइंग। पहले तो चेतेश्वर पुजारा ने यहाँ पे 50 बना दिया, ओपोनेंट है, बट यू विल फील गुड राइट?
ऑब्वियसली बहुत ज़्यादा क्रिकेट के लिए, इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम के लिए बहुत कुछ किया है उन्होंने। उसके बाद टेस्ट क्रिकेट में, स्पेशली टेस्ट क्रिकेट में बहुत ही चैलेंजिंग क्रिकेट है वो, उसमें उन्होंने बड़े रन बनाए, बड़ी लंबी इनिंगें खेली। उसके बाद रिटायर होके यहाँ पर आए, उनको खेलता हुआ देख के हमें भी अच्छा लग रहा है, और जो उनके फैंस हैं उनको भी बहुत अच्छा लग रहा होगा। अभी 50 भी बनाए उन्होंने, बिल्कुल अपोजिट टीम में खेल रहे हैं। हम ये चाहेंगे कि आप आउट हो जाए।
अब हो गया, अब बहुत रन्स बन गए, वापस आ जाओ। लेकिन आपकी टीम के लिए आज जो आपने जो टारगेट इनके सामने रखा, डू यू फील इट वाज इनफ?
देखिए, कोई भी टारगेट इनफ नहीं होता है, हमें अच्छी क्रिकेट खेलनी होती है। जो देखा तो हमने 200 रन बनाए हैं, बहुत अच्छी क्रिकेट खेली हमने। अब हमें ग्राउंड पे जाके बॉलिंग भी अच्छी करनी है, फील्डिंग भी अच्छी करनी है। 84 रन उनके हो गए 9 ओवर में, तो वो भी अच्छा खेल रहे हैं, अच्छी क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं। बस हमें ये है कि अच्छे एरिया में बॉलिंग करनी होगी।
लेकिन अभी तक जो आपका एक्सपीरियंस है, अभी तक इस लीग का, सारे फ्रेंड्स के साथ खेलना, वसीम आपके साथ हैं, टीम में भी सारे फ्रेंड्स हैं, हाउ हैज़ इट बीन?
तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। सारे जितने भी फ्रेंड्स हैं हमारे, जो साथ में क्रिकेट खेले हैं, अपोजिट टीम से खेले हैं, आईपीएल में साथ में खेले हैं या डोमेस्टिक में खेले हैं, वसीम भी यहाँ पर है एज ए कोच, तो काफ़ी अच्छा लग रहा है कि उनके साथ फिर से एक बार गैदरिंग हो रहा है, मिल रहे हैं उनसे, क्रिकेट की बातें हो रही है, पुरानी क्रिकेट की बातें हो रही है, और करंट में जिस तरह से हम लोग खेल रहे हैं, तो वो सारी बातें बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। फैमिलीज़ की बातें हो रही है, तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है एक बार फिर। और जो टूर्नामेंट ऑर्गेनाइज़ किया है वो भी काफ़ी अच्छा ऑर्गेनाइज़ हुआ है। यहाँ पर विकेट्स देखो तो बहुत अच्छे विकेट्स है, ओवरऑल बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है अभी तक।
अच्छा, बट इस लीग में ना आपका थोड़ा घरेलू मामला भी चल रहा है क्योंकि योर ब्रदर इज आल्सो प्लेइंग। वैसे आप दोनों ने एक दूसरे के साथ कई सारी टीम्स में खेला है, इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट के अलावा इस तरह की लीग्स में। यहाँ पर कभी कभी ऐसी चीटिंग नहीं हो जाती कि मुझे पता है इरफान कहाँ पर आउट हो सकता है? To do that? सुन रहे होंगे वो।
बिल्कुल, देखिए जब आप अपोजिट टीम में खेलते हैं तो आप चाहते हो कि वो अच्छा करे, लेकिन आप सजेशन देते हो टीम को कि यार यहाँ पे आप डाल सकते हो उसको बॉलिंग, यहाँ पे शायद वो वीक है, तो ये चीज़ तो करते हैं। लेकिन ये भी साथ साथ में ये भी होता है कि एज ए ब्रदर उसको देखते खेलते हुए, तो चाहते हैं कि वो भी अच्छा करे।
ये एंड में आपने जो कवर किया, दैट वाज रियली गुड। बट थैंक यू सो मच यूसुफ, बात करने के लिए। इट्स ऑलवेज अ प्लेजर एंड ऑल द बेस्ट।
थैंक यू वेरी मच, आपको भी ऑल द बेस्ट, बहुत अच्छा करिए आप, ऐसे ही करती रहिए।
ओह माय गॉड, थैंक यू सो मच। दैट वाज यूसुफ पठान।
All the best. Thanks for that, Tanya. Lovely to hear from Yusuf Pathan. And he was talking about playing opposite Irfan Pathan. They don't do that too often, even in the Legends League. And there's PC with his first. Tosses it out wide and gets the danger man, Colin de Grandhomme. That is beautiful execution of leg spin bowling there.
Yeah, we've seen that. When you dare to bowl it just a little bit slower, a little bit wider, a little bit of grip in the surface. Really good from Whistler as well. Had to wait, good stumping, and it's a big wicket. Danger player. The Grand Dam gone for 22, 91 for 3.
Come on, boys. Keep it there. Yes, leg. Thank you.
91 for 3. Out goes Colin de Grandhomme. In comes a man who can hit it even further. Thisara Pereira. A strike rate of 151. He's had 100 in T20 cricket. He is a handy customer with both bat and ball in hand. But this man with ball in hand, we've seen it for years, Dominico. The wrong one, one of the best in the world. That time around, goes to that stock delivery out wide. And there's the wrong one for us. He's got skills, Piyush Chawla.
Yeah, he hides it really well for a leg spinner. Normally you can really pick those quite comfortably. That one outfoxed. The Grandham tried to go over extra, just a bit slower, just a bit wider, and a simple decision for square leg.
Neat hands from Manvinder Bisla behind the stumps as well. Look at that, Rongan. He's just got one of the best in the business. He's done this for years and years and years, and he's still a baby-faced assassin, as I like to call him, PC.
Yeah, Pujara picked it though, didn't he? Even if he didn't, it's a little coaching lesson there. He gets deep in the crease, so he's able to just adjust to whatever spin that Chawla can get. Brilliant from him.
And they've seen each other so much over the years in domestic cricket as well, Piyush and Puji. But this is a nice battle. He's one of those leggies who likes to bowl to left-handers. And that's why. Perfection from Piyush Chawla in this first over of this spell.
And all of a sudden that required rate is getting closer to 12s, and then the pressure is on this chasing side. Yes, Pujara's 53 from 33, but the pressure's building on him as well. Thisara Pereira has to give himself just a little bit of time to get in, but he can't wait too long.
And normally you think leg spinner to left-hander, he'll go straight away. But when it's Piyush Chawla, a little bit of doubt creeps into the mind with the crafty Rongan. Still plenty to get with a target in excess of 200. Not much pace on it, but works it beautifully. Cheteshwar Pujara, there's a big chase from Samit Patel, and he does well. Excellent work. Puts in the slide, saves a couple for his side, and those are valuable runs saved from Samit Patel. Rolling back the years here.
Absolutely. Commitment. Absolute commitment. I think he's okay. I think as he hits the cushioning, that won't tell us, but I think the ball has gone from his hand. I think this is fine. It's when that right leg just hits the cushioning. Does he release it in time? He's released it now. Absolutely fine to me. That is brilliant. Saved a couple of runs for me. Third umpire just checking. I'm sure he'll be fine. It's given just the 2 runs, so 96 for 3.
.105 still needed from 54. As you said, Corky, closer to 12 and over. Thisara Pereira needs to get a move on here pretty quickly. This could be an opportunity. However, Parvez Rasool, that first over went for just 3. He picked up the wicket as well, remember. Little bit of stickiness when he tosses it up as well here.
Good bowling, good bowling. Excellent bowling.
Just a little circumspect early in the innings, Thisara Pereira.
Well, he's just trying to get himself in. Didn't see too much from him yesterday with the bat. He's a dangerous player. His stats tell you that. He's a sort of player who can, similar to what Samit Patel did, he can come in and really push that chase on, but he can't wait too long. Yes, they've got Ross Taylor that is due in next. Pressure on this man who's going well at the moment. Pujara 55 from 34.
Again, looks for the reverse. They've got the option of the review. Pujara wants a second, but Tissara Pereira was about 15 yards past the keeper. They thought about the review. I think there was either glove or bat on that. His run rate continues to creep up. Still more than 100 to get. Almost 12 and over from here on. That will help the cause. The captain gets going, Tissara Pereira. An APL Apollo maximum, and he's capable of plenty more.
Exactly what he does and has done throughout his career. Muscles the ball, gives himself a bit of room, drops that back leg. Watch how this back leg just gets down on the floor so he can get the elevation. Flies it over the top. Under 100 now for the Thunders.
Flat at that time, but equally well struck all along the carpet. And he backs up the 6 with an APL Apollo boundary. This is great batting from Pereira.
Oh, it's amazing, just one over. That's all you need is a chasing side just to get that momentum going again and release the pressure off Pujara. Pujara 56 from 35. He can't feel that it's all on his shoulders, so this is good from the captain. Take the pressure off him.
Quicker that time from Parvez Rasool. He's a wily customer as well. Looking to give himself room yet again. Just a good look at Nick Sense to see if there was an edge. Yeah, there we go, a little bit of glove. You can understand now what Parvez Rasool is looking to do. Take the width away, dart it with the arm. We've had fans in Goa from all over the world. A good over that time. Yet again for the Thunder. Just a single. And after 12, it's 110 for 3.
.91 required of 48. 7 wickets in hand. 11.38 per over. Piyush Chawla keeping it away from the wheelhouse. Chance, almost. Nikhil Chopra joins me.
पीछे हो जा सर्कल पे bowling in
112 for 3. 11 and a half needed. Need plenty of boundaries to try and convert this run chase into a successful run chase. Just get a feeling that maybe the left-hander with the spin is going to try and take on Piyush Chawla. Tissara Pereira. Yeah, just watch out for that googly outside the off stump, Thisara.
Yeah, Chawla's got 1 wicket with that stumping. What a bowler he was in his time. Number of wickets he had. Beautiful. Saw him step out, a little bit of turn further away, little late release. Manvinder Bisla behind. He's kept a Sunil Narayan all his life as Manvinder Bisla. Nikhil Chopra has done this to many batters, stranded halfway down. You do keep your eye on the batter, don't you, till the very last millisecond.
Yeah, without a doubt. Get a little pause in the action, depending on the situation of the game, and you get enough time to just alter the length if you see the batter. Leave the crease. That's how Piyush Chawla has bowled so far. Well, as a bowler, you're looking to hit that 6 to 8 meter as a quicker bowler, but 5 to 6 meter length, that's a good length area for the spinner. Pick the googly. High and handsome. It was needed. The APL Apollo 6, and it came off Thisara Pereira's bat.
Yeah, TP cracks a punch. It's a massive ball. The googly, but just going outside leg stump to make room and to free his hands, to be able to just get further away from the ball to flat bat that one down the ground. Yeah, that's the quicker one. That's the ball he developed towards the latter stage of his career. Is Piyush Chawla with T20 cricket. This is a ball that has been very handy. 11 from this one, 13 gone, 1-2, 1 for 3. Yeah, the worm over here. Also, those little blips that come in the way are the ones that you want to keep away, because that gets you down a little bit, which means the wicket coming. Right now, the yellow are on top, but still have some way to go. 11.43 required. Pujara 58 of 37. 156.76 is his strike rate. 209 is Thisara Pereira's. And for Pujara, having somebody like a Thisara Pereira is doing the job. Right now, what Pujara will do is take a single and give it to Thisara Pereira, and he can go hammer and tongs. Mofu replaces Rasul. Fast bowling it is. That's what he'll do all day. All day. The range of him as a batter is phenomenal. We all think sixes, but no, he can also go with the APL Apollo boundary.
Fine leg in the 30-yard circle. Just a tickle down the leg side, using the pace of Christopher Mpofu. Yep, start the over with the boundary. Always help the cause when you're looking to chase just over 11 and over. Yeah, 75 in the last 5 overs. That's what Samit Patel and Parvez Rasul got. So the chase is on. Lovely surface to bat on, Joy.
You'll be saying lovely surface to bowl on also, you know, with you, the mean gene on the stump far away.
Sometimes as a bowler, you need to know what you can or what you can't do, and also what a batter can do or can't do, and also count the number of deliveries, number of dot balls, which batsman has faced, and sometimes the firing in the leg stump Yorker give the batter a single. So just be a little street smart.
Says the man with the 4.26 economy in international cricket. Smacked, 4 it is. Pujara says it is not only you who's on the dance floor. We both listen to the music.
Like they say, it takes 2 to tango. Picked the length really well. Found the gap on the onside. Another APL Apollo boundary to Chiteshwar Pujara's name. This run chase is on. Make no mistake about it. Plenty of batting still to come for the Thunders.
This is a superb run chase so far. 11.25. They cannot relent. You have to just keep at it unless you get a 25-30 run over. That will give you some oomph that you can well do with. Yeah, very nice. Good ball, take a single, rotate the strike, get the big hitter back on strike.
He paced his innings really well. First 5 deliveries were dot ball when he was looking to open the innings. Sixth ball got the boundary and then just kept on going. Used his feet really well against the spinners, against the quicker bowlers. Just found the rhythm as the innings progressed that he was looking for. He's worked really hard on his game. I was hearing he spent about good a week, 10 days in the nets getting ready for this tournament.
That is a given with Cheteshwar Pujara. I spent a few years with him in KKR, very early 2008. He had no chance of playing in the 11. He played the most number of balls in the nets. In spite of not having any chance, he was just very new, hadn't played for India. But I think he was getting ready to play 103 test matches. Rahul Dravid, everybody was saying that he will be the next number 3, the next wall that comes through. And boy, what a play it turned out to be. We had 4 nets, one for fast bowler, one for spinner, one for the bowling machine, and one was an empty net, which was for anybody who wanted a net. And after the 3rd day, the coach named it, Buchanan, the Pujara net, because he never came out of it. He just never came out of that net.
Well, you're going to be enjoying batting. Like they say, Joy, if you have the passion, skills can be taught. No institution in the world will give you passion. That you need to find, and this man always was really, really passionate in terms of batting. The tickle down the leg side, converts the 1 into 2. Great bit of running, great bit of running. 14 from the 14th over, 135 for 3.
Yeah, they just have to keep going. Going at 9.64, required is 11.01. In the last 30 balls though, Nikhil, they're 54 for 1. So they're on the right track, they're getting the runs, they're not losing the wickets. Let me not jinx it over here. These two have to keep going for the next, maybe out of the 66, maybe 40, 45 runs. And then make the game shorter. Make it, what, 10 balls, 22, 23. Get there. And then you can put caution to the wind, hammer and tongs, 2 big shots, wins you the game.
Well said, Joy. That's how you try and strategize for a successful run chase. Smaller targets, you achieve that confidence. Have a look at that. Plenty of batting still to come. Ross Taylor, powerful striker of the cricket ball as well.
Massive, absolutely massive. Length ball, pace given, APL Apollo maximum it is.
Yep, everybody enjoying that in the crowd as well. This run chase is on. It was not that bad a delivery. Picked it from the length. And with that 6 as well, 50-run partnership, and it's come in quick time. Strike rate of 200 between the two, Pujara and Thisara. Yep. The asking run rate at one stage was close to 13. It's come down to just over 10.
And Thisara, the major contributor, not surprising, 34 of 14. Pujara just playing the perfect foil over here, 13 of 9. They're both doing the job at the moment. You cannot give him pace. You just cannot give Thisara Pereira pace. Trego will learn. He's been taken to the cleaners. 13.71 is what he's going at. What he is doing is what he does to bowlers. Wow, overcovers this time. Another one APL Apollo maximum. It's raining sixes over here.
Yeah, these sixes is going to help the cause with that run chase wide outside the off stump in the slot. Tough shot to execute, but when you spend enough time out there in the middle, it gets easy. High and handsome by Thisara Pereira. Great bit of striking. Great bit of striking. Just goes to show how good a surface this is. 54 runs needed of just the 34 deliveries. You would say the Thunders well in it with a shout. Royals, Shikhar Dhawan at this moment of time would be looking around which bowler does he go to try and break this partnership.
Yeah, that's a really good ball if you can bowl it consistently, the good old Yorker. Trego very fit and competitive, but this one, length ball, over long on. The next one, round the wicket, outside off stump. That's an exquisite cricket shot. To hit it over covers for six. He made that look ridiculously easy.
85 meters, that ball traveling. One of those things outside the off stump when as a bowler you're trying to find the Yorker. You don't find the Yorker. It gets converted into a half volley, easy pickings. But still needs to be hit.
Yeah, that's the problem with the Yorker. The misses on both sides are runs. Wow, look at that. APL Apollo Awards, first straight 6 sixes, $50,000. First straight 6 fours in an over, 25,000. Hat trick, another 50,000.
Best commentator award, $50,000, or best anchor award, $50,000.
Only if you sponsor it.
I'm sure the APL Apollo Awards can add those a couple of lines as well. Yeah, plenty of awards in this league. The World Legends Pro T20 League, APL Apollo Awards. I tell you what, these legends can go out there and literally go after those awards.
Well, hat-trick on the cards though. Hat-trick can happen. 16 of this one, 15 gone, 1-5, 1 for 3.
Get me a wicket, boy. Come on, boys.
'60 of 30 this partnership. 42 of 17 Thisara Pereira. 2 fours, 4 sixes. Pujara 67 of 43, 8 fours, 1 6. Yeah, in the middle, they've just taken it away, haven't they? What can they do at the end? Look at what the others did. 75 for none is what the Royals were. 5 over 75. If you've had a good middle period, you could be needing 5 over 60. So that'll depend. You've done well. 5 overs, what you need is 50. So 30 ball, 15 T20 parlance with 7 wickets in hand, 2 set players. It's loaded in favor of the batting team.
Joe, you spend a lot of time coaching the KKR side and even the Delhi side as well. Let's have a look at that partnership, 60-run partnership. Quick time, 200 strike rate. A lot of batters at this stage of the game, even in the IPL, the last 30-odd deliveries, they try and calculate the number of sixes that they can hit. Am I correct?
So they look at it this way, that 30 balls, 30 runs is on the cards because everybody's on top of the circle. Now, how can you add those 20 extra runs that you need? So that's 3 hits away. Well, 3.5 really, but 3 hits, you're very close to run a ball. So that's what you're looking at. So in 30 balls, 3 sixes is something that, you know, you're comfortable with. And then just in between you'll get some fours. There'll be some dot balls in the other side. It all evens out. Once you look at it that way, that target seems a little bit more achievable.
Yeah, as a batter, then you're really not under the pump. You don't feel the pressure because you've got a process in place. You feel the heat, you are under the pressure, because when you don't know how to get to the target or how you're going to achieve the result that you're looking for, if you have a process in place, it gets easier. And I guess that's why Mahendra Singh Dhoni has been so prolific and exceptional when it comes to chases. Always has a process in place.
Also, what's changed drastically from the time that I played is the ability to hit sixes. That's why the six is such a novelty to have. When I played, which was many moons ago, Nikhil Chopra wasn't even born. So that's when sixes wasn't just there. So every time it was dependent on four, and we would panic if it was 30 balls, 50 runs. We didn't play T20, we played 50 overs. But anytime it was 30 balls, 50 runs, we were looking down the barrel. But right now, 30 balls, 50 runs with 7 wickets in hand is in favour because of the six hitting ability. The game's changed.
Because runs come quick and fast when you got a set batter out there batting and looking to get that run chase. Pujara picks up another APL boundary to his name. 44 needed, just 27 deliveries.
And for the first time, the required rate is below the going rate. Now the required rate is 9.78 and the going rate is 10.13. Ross Taylor padded up. Wow, what a cricket shot this is. Many thought it was just a single, maybe a double. Chidisha Pujara, the correctness of the shot. Munaf Patel loves it. Ross Taylor says, keep going boys, I'm quite happy over here.
From where did he convert that delivery into a boundary? Leg stump Yorker, digs it out, placement to perfection. Yeah, bamboozle Fidel Edwards.
And the double teapot is out because every face tells a story, and that one of utter disbelief. Yeah, then also has just take the single and rotate the strike. Many would just hit this ball up in the air and get a new batter in and let the opponents get back in the game, not Pujara. He knows he's hit a very good shot to get 4. Next ball single, 11 run over it is. That's all they need. They need 9.36. For me, Thisara Pereira's 43 of 13 is awesome because we know that, but for me, the 77 of 47 is mind-boggling. You know, we wouldn't have expected this from Pujara, but he's ready for this. You know, that's the sort of player he is. Whichever gig he gets into, he gets ready for it. Like you rightly said, he would have practiced a lot to be as good as he is today.
Yeah, before the start of the tournament, I was having a chat. He says, Nikhil bhai, spent a lot of time hitting the nets, trying to find the rhythm. I need to be mentally ready. 12 gone from the 16th over. Still need 38 from the 24 deliveries. Yeah, good time to take that 2.5 minute APL Apollo strategic timeout.
APL Apollo strategic timeout just coming to a close, and what a finish we could have on our hands here. The Thunders need 38 from the next 24 at this iconic setting in the beautiful area of Goa. I've not been before, and we've only been here a couple of days and already fallen in love. This is like an oasis in the middle of the area. It's so beautiful. But you know what else is beautiful? The cricket match that is going on out in the middle. Thunders need 38 from 24. Pujara, he has looked in absolutely scintillating form. 77 from 47, and his captain, Tisara Pereira, at the other end, 44 from 19, striking at 231. So this partnership now 72 off 36, and they're going to want to see this home. They need 38 from 24, and you would think Parvez Maroof, they'd be feeling pretty confident in that.
Well bowled, boy. Well bowled. Come on, boys.
Almost 200 runs. 200 strike rate, beg your pardon, in the partnership of 73 of 37. Tisara Pereira, rightly so, being the aggressor, and Chetaswar Pujara just playing second fiddle. And the first 15 balls, he's only scored 18 runs with the strike rate of 120, and all of a sudden, the last 32 deliveries, he has scored 59. Pujara, the pacing the innings just right to making sure that they chase down a big score.
One, easy one.
Hit it hard, not quite timed, all along the carpet, just a single.
Come on, boys.
Don't mind this, it brings Pujara back on strike.
Energy, boys.
Tisara Pereira will probably target Parvez Rasool straight down the ground. If Rasool is brave enough, I think if he can give a little bit of air, ball is slower, find some turn. That's not the length. That is too full, too quick. To Tisara Pereira, he loves when the spinners are bowling quick. He got to find some sort of a braveness to slow it down a little bit.
He's eyeing up a half century now himself, 49 from 21, a hell of a strike rate of 233. We thought Samit Patel was firing at the back end of that Royals innings, but this is just next level up. Little quicker darted in at the pads, but that brings up the 50 for the captain Tisara Pereira. 50 from 22 deliveries, 3 fours and 4 sixes, and a hell of a knock. And this partnership now 79 from 40, the second fastest 50 of the tournament so far. And we're only on day 3.
Sadly, Captain Strong, that's a poor delivery down the leg side. A freebie to Chetaswar Pujara. This is not good bowling by Rasool. Have the fine leg in the circle. The bowling up nice and straight is better, but down the leg side becomes a freebie.
Equation now 27 needed from 19, and the partnership to 83. Quite time this one either. Oh yes, he has. He's found the gap. Wasn't much of a celebration or really anything, but 4 off the last ball of the over. 15 coming from it, 17 gone once, 78 for 3. .23 needed from 18 now. They feel very confident in this. Tisara 50 from 22. At the other end, Pujara 86 off 50. Could have the triple figures in mind, but I would feel that the victory is the first one they want to tick off. Remember, both sides looking for their first victory in the tournament.
Tisara Pereira, whenever he's striking through the offside cleanly, that's a sign that he's in good form. From the word go, was trying to go through the offside with the turn. Once he gets it done, I think one of those players where it's just a matter of getting a good start and keep it going. Good through this offside, good through the, very good through the leg side, got to be said. And that was probably shot of the day for me. To the car park, over extra cover.
It was like a long time ago that Colin de Grandon was sent on his way. Score at the time was 91 for 3. Rare dot.
The Royals need a wicket. If they probably get a wicket in the next couple of deliveries, you just never know. Cricket is a funny game. Pofu's game plan, I think, is going to be slow balls into the pitch, and that's why Pujara is trying to make pace by coming down the track.
Advances, gets it through the gap, and that'll be 4 more. Pujara, he moves on to 94.
Yeah, beautiful done by Pujara. Coming down the track, the off cutter into the pitch. Picks it up and creams through the offside. Lovely hit. Bowling way behind the crease there. Pofu trying to be different. Paid the price, and a beautiful shot through extra cover.
Again, advances down the pitch. So he's 90 from 52. In that equation, they still need 18 to win. He could very well be on for the 2nd century of the World Legends Pro T20 League. Obviously, Chadwick Walton on day 1, bagging the very first. And it has been all class. Boys were saying that, have a chat with him before the tournament, he really has been out there practicing in the nets. And it shows. "13 fours and a 6 on the way to his 91. Really healthy strike rate, that 168. All just power, timing as well.
High quality player. Shots around all around the park. Made it look easy. And I think he'll be happy to open the batting right throughout. Thought in the middle order with the pitch slowing down. Probably struggled a little bit with timing. But today he was good. A bit of fielding by Trigo from cover point down in the distance. A direct hit would have been a close one. That's that sort of a day for the Royals. We'll come back and have a look at the replay in the next over. 186 for 3.
Well, they got themselves to 200 for 5 from their 20 overs, the Dubai Royals, and in the heat of the afternoon, after winning the toss and having a bat, we thought that was a pretty good score. Well, it's not quite been chased down yet, but the way Pujara has been playing has made this look like such a beautiful surface for batting, and Tissara Pereira at the other end as well. His 53 from 24, so this partnership now pushing up towards the triple figures, and they're really looking to try and see themselves home for their first win of the tournament.
Just quietly, Pujara would have said to Tissara Pereira in between overs, I'll make sure to finish it off. 9 runs to get for himself to 100, 15 to more, and the Pujara will fancy his chances here.
Frees up his arms, and it drops just short. Trying to use the pace of Edwards as well, and have a little look at the toe of his bat. Yeah, and this partnership now 96 from 49, and that's what's been really interesting, is it's been shared around. It's not been one necessarily doing all the heavy lifting and the other just keeping company, rotating strike. Pujara, he's got 40 of them. Tissara Pereira, 53. So it's been a partnership that really has been shared nicely between the two. So now that equation, 14 needed off 11. Pujara needs 8 for his century, and Tissara Pereira, well, he's 53 from 24 at the other end, really healthy. Nice knock from the captain.
As suspected, happy to get a single and get Pujara at the striker's end to get to his 100. And that's why even the first delivery, couple of deliveries before, Pujara was trying to go over long on. Lack of pace, drag towards mid-wicket where Piyush Chawla did the fielding. So similarly, I think the game plan will be the same. Hint of reverse swing, tailing back into the right hand. So Pujara, I think it's going to be mid-wicket, long on are the areas he's looking for.
He saw him and he moved very early, pushing it out wide, Edwards, and a rare dot ball.
Smart bowling. Probably saw Pujara coming down the track, used a slow ball to good effect, and actually the ball actually died. No bounce and no pace to work with. Applauded by Maninder Bisla by saying bowling, bowling. And the Pujara got to be mindful that Fiddle Edwards does have a delivery, can bowl outside the yaw stump, so he needs to cover his stumps and then keep a good shape and swing through the line.
Max it back past Edwards. 4 more to Pujara. He ticks off another 4 and he's now just 1 hit away from a century. It's another APL Apollo boundary and it brings up the 100 partnership between Pujara and Thisara Perera.
That's much better. Waited, and bang, it goes, almost clearing the umpire. Safest area in the cricketing field is straight down the ground.
Not quite just yet. We're into single figures, 8 needed off 7 now. Pujara's on 97.
7 off 8. Surely Thisara Perera will not be looking for a single. And if the ball is there, he's going to through the kitchen sink at it. Try and get a 4 or a 6. And then the next over, get Pujara to hit the winning runs and hopefully get the 100. So these are the things that I'm pretty sure Pujara and Perera would have had a quick chat between the deliveries.
They've taken the single, surprising that. So he will keep strike for the beginning of the final over. 1 over to come, Thunder's 194 for 3. So 1 over remaining, 7 runs needed from it. And at the other end, at the non-strikers at the moment, Pujara on 97 off 58. Thisara Perera, the captain, he's out there in the middle. He's 55 from 26. This partnership has been game-changing for the Thunders. 103 off just 54 deliveries and shared around nicely by this pair. We thought 200 looked like a pretty hefty target. Well, they're not there yet, but 7 off 6. They should be feeling pretty confident that they can get this, but Piyush to bowl the final over. Just nudge this away, brings Pujara back on strike. 6 now needed from 5.
Team up deliveries to start by Piyush Chawla. I don't think he's going to turn the ball at all. He's going to go seam up, probably if he's brave enough, just to bowl a big turning leg spinner to Pujara. It's going to be important battle. Pujara for sure will be looking for a big shot. 197 or 58.
Gets off the pads, running the first one hard, looking to come back for 2. It's really aggressive running, direct hit, and he could have been in trouble. Almost rugby tackles the umpire on the way through.
A good unselfishness has been shown by Thisara Perera. He always wanted a second run, wanted to get Chetasra Pujara back in the strikers and running the first one hard, getting the the running boats in, and he makes it. And almost rugby tackling the umpire, beg your pardon. But it's excellent stuff. Two players, high quality professionals, getting on with their work. And Thisara Perera, the skipper from the other end. Very good for pushing Pujara for the second run. Oh, it's gone for 99. What have you done, Cheteshwar Pujara? Came down the track even before the ball was delivered, I thought. Enough turn. It's a heartbreaker, not only for Cheteshwar Pujara, but entire fans. And I'm particularly here.
You just can't write it, can you? Advances down the pitch. All he needed was a single to get to those triple figures. Quick work behind the stumps as well. And he just sees them light up. The death rattle, elation. It's not over yet. It is not over yet. They still need 4 runs. And he's got to go for 99 Thunders, 197 for 4. So it's not going to be Ross Taylor that comes out to the middle. Chirag Gandhi has been sent out to join Thisara Perera. We're on for an absolute nail-biter of a finish here. The Thunders, they still need 4 runs from the final 3. Thisara Perera, he's at the other end. Chirag Gandhi, he's going to face, he's not yet faced a delivery. Perera can only stand at the other end and watch. 4 still needed from 3.
Come on, PC, one good ball.
Thought Piyush Chawla saw Pujara coming down the track. Nicely bowled. And Bisla does the rest. Heartbreaker. Cannot believe the dugout. What just happened?
So well bowled. 4 needed from 2 now.
Is there a twist in the tail? 4 runs, 2 deliveries. Not too sure what was Gandhi trying to do. Not even trying to single, not even trying to go for a big shot. I think he has to go for a big shot here.
Oh, there's a mix-up in the middle, and he's set back. Shikhar Dhawan, the fielder. And you can hear the celebrations in the crowd. It's not over yet. 4 needed from the final delivery, and it's Gandhi who's not going to run to his name just yet, who's going to have to face that final delivery. He's got to find the boundary.
Don't understand the tactics used by Thunders here. You got Ross Taylor, a player was bludgeoning the boundaries yesterday, in the dugout, not coming out of bed, and Chirag Gandhi comes in, plays the last 2 deliveries, and both are dot deliveries. And Thisara Perera, on the non-strikers end, I thought he should have made the efforts, the 2 deliveries before, to go for a single. Comedy of errors by the Thunders to finish off these innings. Now, they need 4 to win, a 3 to tie.
Four to win. Gandhi is not off the mark yet. He gives it the big swing, it hits the bail, and somehow they have come back from the brink, the Dubai Royals, and they have their first victory in the World Legends Pro T20 League. The disappointment for the captain, all he could do was stand at the non-strikers end, and the Dubai Royals somehow have kept themselves just in the game, and they've managed to defend that 200, and they win it by 3 runs. What a nail-biting humdinger of a finish we've had.
Poor finish, very, very poor. Last 30 deliveries, only 46 runs. And not too sure what was the thinking behind Thunders here. Not even sending Ross Taylor and Chirag Gandhi in the last over. 3 dot deliveries. Can you believe it? I cannot. A spare of thought for that man on screen, Cheteshwar Pujara, with his effort. But overall, some not so good thinking, tactics used by Thunders, resulting in they're losing their second game on the trot.
Well, that is one very, very happy captain. Hugs all around, celebration dances. They would have thought they were down and out and about to go none from two, but nope. They've got their first points on the board, the Dubai Royals. They put up 200 this afternoon. We thought that was a pretty good score. And then actually, with Pujara and Tisara Pereira going the way they were, it looked like it was going to be subpar and they were going to get there easily. But what a final over. And then the last delivery just clipping the top of off stump, sending the bail. So a wicket off the final ball as well. The 2 dots before that, Gandhi sent in. We thought it was going to be Ross Taylor. It wasn't. And all Pereira could do was stand at the non-strikers and watch.
Yeah, for the Royals, jaws of defeat. In the end, they are triumphed thanks to Piyush Chawla bowling the last over just for 3 runs. Yeah, that's the celebration that we all have seen in the past. Yes, that sort of a day. And well done to the Dubai Royals. They never gave up. They stayed in the hunt in the end, winning it by 3 runs.
So they're still yet to try and find a point now, the Thunders. They're 0 from 2. They're 1 apiece, the Royals, and that is one very happy captain there, Shikhar Dhawan. He missed out in the runs again today, but his team, well, Samit Patel down the back end of that innings to get them up to 200 for 5. The first team to make it to the 200 mark, and they have managed to defend it. It was touch and go. It looked like they were going to go down, and they were down and out, especially the way Pujara was batting. But it's never over until it's over, is it, Farvis? And then Pujara going for 99. And that really turned the game, and they just couldn't fight it back.
Oh, cricket, 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 my word, what a finish to that game. And unfortunately, it didn't go the way of the Gurugram Thunders, but Tisara Pereira, you were out there right at the end as well. I mean, you had it in the bag for all money. What did you make of the last 5?
Actually, as a professional cricketer, I gave him a chance to score 100 mean. 100 mean everywhere 100. It's not a T20 or Legend League or whatever situation. So I gave him, but it's going wrong way. That's why it's really sad to say.
Oh, such a selfless act that unfortunately seemed to backfire in the end. He did play beautifully though, so close to getting that 100 off just 60 balls, 99 in the end. What was it like to bat with the wall at the end? He was going at a great pace, wasn't he?
Yeah, actually, I knew because of it's really easy target if someone set in this wicket. So that's why we scored nearly 120 partnership. So then. So last minute, it's happening cricket, but it's really sad to say. It's I feel it's my I have to take my responsibility actually.
Oh, it's an impossible decision though, isn't it? Because had you won and you did end up taking all the glory, people would be like, oh, you didn't let him get his 100. Cricket is crazy, isn't it? And were you impressed with the performance of the boys after coming off the back of that loss yesterday?
Yeah, of course, because of it's really. Again, no words to say because of in this match, we should have to win this match because of the when we start and when we play during the middle part. So I think can't say anything because of it's happening cricket, but it's happened. We lost the game. Yeah.
Oh, that's cricket. Hey, I appreciate your insight and for being so honest. Commiserations on the loss, but I'm sure you see you guys back in better next game.
Thank you.
All the best.
Disappointment for the captain. Nice knock from him, unbeaten 56 from 27, but he was left stranded at the non-strikers at the end. Well, Pujara came in as the impact player, 99 from 60. In the end, just couldn't see his team over the line, and then Gandhi coming in, trying to see out those final 3 balls, coming in above Ross Taylor, just couldn't find them, and it was 4 needed off the final ball, and it just clipped the top of that off stump, meaning that Piyush actually ends up with 3 wickets himself. He bowled really nicely, and just the 5 extras bowled as well. So pretty tidy for the bowlers.
Phil Edwards and Power, they start the opening slot. 4 overs, 37 respectively. Rasool and Rishi quite expensive in the middle overs. And Piyush Chawla, for me, was a man of the hour for the Dubai Royals, bowling the last over as well as picking up 3 wickets.
So the Dubai Royals have made 200 for 5 from their 20. A lot of that thanks to the batting of Samit Patel, his unbeaten 65 off 32. That partnership at the end of 87 from 41. The Thunders just couldn't chase it down. The Royals winning by 3 runs. We're going to go to a short break and we'll be back for the post-match presentation.
One, two, one.
Sandy.
One, two, one.
हाँ अब आया.
Welcome back to the World Legends Pro T20 League. It was 2 teams looking for their first win of the tournament, and in the end, the Dubai Royals able to defend the 200 for 5 that they put up in their 20 overs. The Thunders, they pushed them right to the end. Pujara agonizingly close to reaching the triple figures, but when he went in the last over, it just proved too much off the final 3 balls. So the Dubai Royals defending their 200. They won the toss and decided to have a bat. They put up 200. And in the chase, well, they got themselves going quite quickly. The first one to go down was Phil Mustard in the end, but Gurugram Thunders ending 197 for 5. Mustard just looking to try and get it up over. He was trying to get going and then just straight down the throat of his English mate, Peter Trigo, who was great in the field as well today. And then look at that for a strike. Straight back over the head of the bowler, inside out. And Trigo, he used to be a football goalkeeper and showing all his skills on the boundary there to get rid of Blackwood. And then Colin de Grandhomme came out and he used his power as well alongside Cheteshwar Pujara, who came in as the impact player up the top and showed why he's still got it. Colin de Grandhomme, he was sent on his way. He was to go for 22. And Pujara, he just carried on striking. The partnership between Tisara Pereira and Cheteshwar Pujara looked like it was going to get them close to that victory. They just kept going. The first time we've seen a 100 partnership in this game, and it was just sending it to all parts. The bowlers had no answer. There was a point today that required rate was up at 12, and they were keeping up with it until Tisara Pereira was trying to allow Pujara to get to that 100. He was stumped on 99. Gandhi came in, couldn't see it to the end, and bowled off the very final ball, and somehow the Royals managed to bag themselves a win. So they win it by 3 runs, and they get themselves their first points on the board. What a final over that was from Piyush. We're now going to go to Erin with the post-match presentation.
Well, it's a very warm welcome to the post-match presentation for match number 4 between the Dubai Royals and the Gurugram Thunder of the inaugural season of the World Legends Pro T20 League right here at the gorgeous 1919 Sports Cricket Stadium. And what a thriller that was. It came right down to the final ball. In the end, Dubai Royals were victorious here today. We'd love to thank all of our incredible partners and sponsors up front. Our presenting partner, Goa Tourism. Our official partners, APL Apollo, Pantheon Developers, Vacation, Dunamis, Camper Energy, Kingfisher, Radio Merchi and Indigo Music. Thank you so much for your incredible and continued support. Our broadcasting and our streaming partners, we'd be nowhere without you. Please thank DD Sports, Sony Live, Fan Code, Wave and YouTube. We'd also love to thank the Goa Police and the Goa State Fire and Emergency Services for their assistance in hosting these matches safely here at the 1919 Cricket Sports Stadium. Now, my absolute pleasure to welcome in my esteemed presentation party. To my left, we have Mr. Mahesh Anjana, the owner of the Gurugram Thunders, and Mr. Niraj Chaurasia, team manager of Dubai Royals. Our legend of the match, the big award this evening, it goes to Samit Patel. What a wonderful, wonderful innings it was by him. And with the ball, a cheque of 1 lakh from Mr. Mahesh Anjana and a trophy from Mr. Niraj Chaurasia. He was unbelievable today. 1 for 16 off 2, 65 red of just 32 balls. He whacked 7 fours and 3 sixes. It was a wonderful, wonderful performance by him. As he comes over to unpack it all, Samit, I mean, straight off the plane as well. Little jet lag, but didn't slow you down.
No, straight off the plane. Yeah, it was this morning. But yeah, it was all good. Great to get on the board.
I mean, playing Goa cricket, right? First experience at this stadium, I do believe. Conditions to your liking, though?
Yeah, pretty good wicket. We wanted to get runs on the board, put some pressure on, and thankfully we did that. But yeah, what a great last over from Piyush Chawla.
It absolutely was. It absolutely was. And you know, this wicket's been used quite a few times already. We thought it might have been a little low and slow, a little difficult, but you seem to navigate it with ease. What do you actually make of the conditions and how the wicket fared across the 40?
Well, the boundaries are pretty small, so it keeps the batsman always in favour. And obviously, if you're chasing 200, then you're always in with a shout. If you get a guy going like they did, and Pudgy played really well, and along with Tisara, but yeah, we got over the line.
You absolutely did. So many icons all around in all sides today as well. Do you ever pinch yourself when you come and play in these kind of Legends League? Obviously, you still won yourself and you are still playing a lot of cricket. But I mean, you know, you get the likes of Shikhar Dhawan as your captain. You get to come up against the likes of Pujara, the wall as well, what an icon he was in cricket. You know, what's it like to contest with the big boys?
Definitely pinch yourself. But the big thing was I've never faced Stuart Broad, having been a teammate for 20 years, and I walked out and he goes, this has never happened. But it was one of those where I did face him back in the day on finals day, which I reminded him of when he was at Leicester.
Still good, isn't he? Still quick.
Yeah, he's still good. Yeah, obviously the class is always going to be there, but the mind sometimes not.
Oh, wonderful. Absolutely not. All-round performance by you today, player of the match. Well
Thank you
done.
very much.
It was awesome. Let's now bring in I'll collect your trophy, sir. Actually, just before you go, there we go. He's going to go get his picks now. And let's bring in Shikhar Dhawan, the victorious captain, to unpack that brilliant performance. He's going to make his way in now. Yeah, come in, sir. What a win that was. I mean, 200 on the board to try and defend. It's not easy to defend, we've seen so far in the tournament. That's exactly what you guys did. What do you make of that wonderful performance by the boys?
Oh, very, very happy and surprised as well, because they took the game away from us, and I feel they wanted Pujara to get a century, and that's where we get little crack, and we just got in and took the match away from them.
Cricket's all about those little moments, isn't it? And capitalising, which is exactly what you did. All it takes is one wrong move and the game can swing the other way, which we know in T20 cricket. A word for Piyush Chawla at the end there, because he was just wonderful managing to defend that.
Yes, absolutely. Last over, the way he turned the ball, that was amazing, and we knew that Pujara going to step out and try to hit for a boundary or a six, and because he wanted to complete his century, and I was very glad to see that he was turning the ball, and the new batter was under tremendous pressure, and we end up winning the match, and we were very, very happy.
What's it like to captain in Legends? Because you've got to worry about looking after the boys' bodies, making sure that you get through this crazy schedule. You bowled about 7 bowlers today as well, so you are being very kind, making sure everyone gets a bit of rest. How difficult is it to try and figure out your best attack?
Oh yeah, it takes a bit of time because we don't play regularly, so to get the rhythm of the boys, and as you correctly said, we are not 25 anymore, so we have to respect the fatigue which bowlers go through. Like tomorrow we got match again, and so I have to be very, very mindful. At the same time, the intensity, because we have played all our life, we have played high intensity cricket, so that intensity comes in, and then we charge up like, all right, come on, get in, and but that's part and parcel of the game, and then we know that okay, everyone is giving their best. That's what matters.
Well, you're talking about fatigue, but some very sharp fielding by you as well to save a couple of runs in that final over. You're looking fantastic. Shikhar, congratulations on the win. Thank you for your time. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
Right, that's all from the post-match presentation. Congratulations to Dubai Royals. They are finally on the board this tournament.
Thanks, Erin. Yeah, a very happy captain there. We saw it with the dance at the end. So, yeah, they've got themselves some points finally. This is how things stand at the moment. Obviously, quite a quick tournament, so you've got to try and get those points early on. The Thunders still not managed to find a win. They played 2 and lost 2. The Royals finally got themselves a win. Up the top there, the Delhi Warriors after their convincing win. And remember, the top 4 qualify for the playoffs. And the good news is there is still more cricket to come from the World Legends Pro 20 T20 League today. Coming up next at 7, the Delhi Warriors taking on the Pune Panthers. You do not want to miss this, so go get yourself some food, a cup of tea, and we'll be back with you very soon.